Hey, Sassy fam, welcome to your Sunday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. I am feeling absolutely fantastic. Now, first of all, good morning or afternoon or evening, however you want to do it. Myself personally, I'm a morning person, which is one of the reasons why I feel so darn good these days, because finally Central Texas had a proper cool front. Not a windy day, not a stormy day, a proper cool front. Honey, it is all of 61 degrees right now. I actually have people walking outside that are in that kind of combination that still wear shorts and flip-flops, but we agree to a sweater. It's kind of like saying we recognize that there's some weather change, but it's not much. It's something. And I am that morning person. I am that weirdo. I will get up at 5, 6 just because I can. I don't have to, because I can. I love a good sunrise, and honestly, that's when I'm my most mentally relaxed. That's when I get some of my best journaling done, my best thoughts done, my best note-taking, correspondence, you name it, emails, all that stuff. That is when I'm just mentally on point, honestly. It's when I have a good cup of coffee, a lovely sunrise, and just the ability to think in quiet and peace. You know, love that. Love that time of day. Physical energy, now that's different. I don't do training until much later in the day. But mentally, oh man, we're ready to rock. Thank you all so much once more for asking me how the writing's going. Professionally, fantastic. I couldn't be happier. Once more, the group of folks I work with or contract with, they're brilliant. And it's great to be amongst my peers again and just knocking things out and having work come in and being in demand. It's a wonderful feeling. It's a gorgeous feeling. I mean, it's no complaints. None. As for the personal writing, yeah, starting to take shape again, and it's so nice. My personal writing's getting its own particular legs, its own particular feet, its rhythm back again. So far we are, or I am, starting with short stories, and I imagine at some point I'll branch back out into poems, and then I'm not going to lie, very tentatively, super tentative. Okay. It started sketching out ideas for larger projects, you know? But the idea is that it's there, and it's starting to take shape, and it's nice to see my writing develop again and trusting it again and putting my thoughts into it again. And it's, oh gosh, you guys, it's wonderful. It's wonderful to be back. But thank you all once more for asking. But see, what else? What else is going on? Weather change, writing. I just hope you're feeling good, guys. I do. Energy is so precious, no matter what form it takes. Specifically, all of them, right? Mental, emotional, physical, spiritual. Try to give a little bit of your time, energy, and effort to all those areas in your life, because I promise you it all adds up. I promise. Collectively speaking, for yourself as an individual, try to pay attention to where you are mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. You'll be all right. You will be all right. Cheers. Oh, and everybody, thank you all so much for your birthday wishes. I am a latter end Scorpio. Mine is November 19th, but thank you. Yay! And just happy birthday once more to Scorpios in general. It's your season, babe. Live up to it. I treated myself a little early. I'll tell you why. So as I think I briefly mentioned on the Thursday check-in something about my clothing, and people often ask me where I get my clothes. Some of them are very specific pieces that are vintage, and I have no idea where I source them. And my advice is, if you see something that speaks to you, get it. That's the thing about the rare items or the vintage items or the not common items. You got to get it while you see it, because there's a good chance you won't again. Know something of value right away. Don't second guess yourself. It's either for you or it's not, you know? So snap that thing up. So I did, having said all that, I treated myself to a very early birthday present because, I don't know, I just had a feeling. I went to one of my regular crystal suppliers. I trust how they source things. And they showed me some very new, hot off the press items. You will never believe what it is, or perhaps you can. There you go. This is actually an extinct great white shark tooth. I was the first person to see it, preview it, and I was like, well, I have to have it. What else am I supposed to do? I must have this item. And she said, that's a great choice, because she goes, as soon as it's on display, it'll be there for all of 2 seconds. There are some stones that will come and go. Okay, they're always going to be available in some way, in some capacity, but there's some rare items like that. That was once in a lifetime. I'm like, well, I simply must have it, darling. Wrap it up. So I treated myself early. And I said, my birthday's not technically for another couple weeks, but doesn't matter. I called. It's like, oh, no, we must have that. We simply must, darling. Okay, that's enough about me, but happy birthday to all my beautiful Scorpios out there. What are we doing today? Yes, Christina, let's get back on track. Thank you. I appreciate that. We are going to go ahead and do our layout for yours and theirs, right? Like always with yours and theirs. Take what resonates, leave what does not, reverse those energies as you see fit. More so with yours and theirs is energy exchange and interchange is real, rapid, and fluid. Having said that, your person that I see on this board today may not necessarily be about or involve a significant other, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, lover, ex-type situation. It's whomever's in that dynamic as I'm describing it. Having said that, could be about a family member, friend, a coworker for all I know. I don't know. It's up to you. Going back to the main point, take what resonates, leave what does not. Okay, anything else, you guys? Like I said, I believe I briefly touched on the Thursday check-in that I do plan an extra sassy somewhere between November and December, a review of my favorite gemstones, crystals, that kind of thing. I get asked about that every now and again as I do have some pieces laid out here, and I just figure that would be a great subject for an extra sassy, somewhere between, like I said, November and December. Okay, you guys, I will see you at the Thursday check-in, maybe some shorts, and I will see you at your sign. Take care. Be well. Leo, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on, please? Show me Leo and their person. Show me Leo and their person. What's going on for Leo, please? Starting with your side of the board, but explaining that intro, reverse the energies as you see fit. Knight of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. Wow, right on. Okay, Six of Swords, the Sun, the Page of Swords. Okay. Two of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. The Lovers is in the overview. I'm not sure what you're doing, but you're open, or you're trying to be open towards it. It's not easy for you. Some of you are in touch with your intuitive selves. Some of you are developing that skill. Some of you, however, rely heavily more on what you can see, touch, taste, feel, etc. in reality. And I understand. The intuitive process is no straightforward thing. But you are trying to get in touch with it. In your overview as a lover's very strong, very powerful connection. You feel it mentally, you feel it emotionally, spiritually, and it calls to you, and it calls to you, and it's like an ache. And it's one of those connections that's incredibly strong. Okay. Where they are to you, well, let's talk. Knight of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. You're trying to make something happen, literally. And the Knight of Swords, he's going to be one of the fastest knights, I'll grant you. But it's based, again, on a plan of action. What we can see, what we can experience, what we can communicate with, what we can take action towards. And there is a strong feeling provoking in you. I got to do something. I got to do something. I got to do something. And it's not crazy. It's not over the top. Page of Pentacles, little guy. And honestly, the most honorable of the pages in terms of getting something going that's solid and that is indeed manageable, that we can build upon, plant that seed, see how it goes. And you're like, I got to see how something goes, right? I got to do this thing. And it's not a lot. It's a page. It's manageable. The Knight of Swords is handling it. So it suggests to me something that is thought out, okay, and can be executed relatively quickly. But it's not really about the pace. It's about this, I want to do this and I want to do it now. And it's a kernel. It's a kernel of an idea, but it means something to you. And I see the end result here is the Queen of Cups is, we feel good about this. It's coming from the heart. And when you think about your action from that point of view, it makes you feel good and it makes you feel like you're honoring your intuition, right? So you're doing something that you feel is literally correct for you. Some sort of action, no matter how small, is feasible and you can execute it. And you're like, I'm glad I did that. It feels right. So whatever's on your mind, whatever your motivation is, there's something here you thought about. It's communication, it's action. It might be a little bit of both. I just know that when you do it, you feel relieved. And you're like, I can honestly say that what I did here, this activity, came from the heart. And it feels good. You're getting immediate feedback from yourself that you did the right thing. It's interesting. I like it. Six of Swords, the Sun, Page of Swords. Huh. I have this feeling that this person's away from you, but it's not like by miles. It doesn't feel like a long distance or journey. It feels like spiritual growth to me, a sense of warmth and happiness. And it's far away from you, but again, it's not distance, the metaphor. I see this person who focuses on their sense of happiness and wish fulfillment in Six of Swords isn't necessarily, I'm leaving this behind forever. It feels like they drifted away from you, okay? And why? I don't know why. It happens. Drifting happens. But it feels like whatever the backstory is between you and this person, they drifted away from you, and all I see for them is a sense of pursuit of happiness, and that seems to be their only focus these days, or at least that you're aware of with the Page of Swords. So it's not like I'm not necessarily convinced that it's turned its back on you or anything like that with the Six of Swords. You have to keep in mind that as a reader, you can see that all cards in its dual nature, or at least you should. It's not just about the shores that you're leaving behind, but the shores you're trying to enter. And this person showed me that they had to move forward in order to pursue the Sun. And after that, you don't seem to know much about what they're experiencing or seeing for themselves, or that's just where they are right now, is in a state of happiness, and they're not trying to look at too much more than that. I don't know. It doesn't feel mean or malicious or cold towards you. It's just, there's this idea of I had to leave one shore in order to go look at another. And that just meant their happiness, and that's all I really see for them. It's not negative. I jump on over here to the Two of Pentacles, and then I see that sense of, I've been thinking about doing something for a minute. There's that Page of Pentacles, and I can see where it kind of got tossed around like a salad for a while. And you know how it is when you finally choose your dressing or your coating, you got to toss the salad now, so that way everything's evenly coated. And I can see where you kind of tossed the salad around to figure out how you wanted to present whatever it is you had to present. You know, I'm aware of my very poor, and that's why I'm smiling right now. I'm aware of my very poor analogy. But you had this idea that you were going back and forth on before you settled on it, and now you're taking action towards it. And it's done so, again, once more from love. Ace of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Once more, I'm seeing a satisfied person here about what they chose. You're going to be putting something into this. And it's a strong connection. You're going by what you see and what it is you feel you feasibly can do. And having done so, I just see that you're happy for it. And it feels good. And whatever this is, this gift, this something comes from the heart. Okay. And the King of Pentacles here feels satisfied. Feels grounded. Pleased. Somebody's expressing themselves from the heart, even in the smallest of ways. But we're glad we did it. It's for our lover. Strong connection. I don't know. I'm not sure where the drift is. Maybe it's in consideration of where they are. But you're happy you did it. And sorry, I'm still getting hung up on my very poor analogy. Yes, even I can make fun of myself from time to time. All the fixed signs should. That includes you too. We can honestly take things way too seriously. That's what it is to be fixated. Speaking of which, you might actually have some more fixed energy in your chart, particularly Taurus here. But because there's this careful planning, and this has to be a good representation, and I hope it takes well. This is for a strong connection of mine. It's important to me. I want to express something. I just see how you are so glad that you did. So I know it's a good representation of you in your heart space, and as far as I can tell, it's well received, you know? Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. King of Swords, Death. Some of you, there it is. There it is again. It's that Six of Swords, Death. As I say, then there's some Scorpio energy here as well today. Even some Aquarius too. Yeah, we might have a lot of fixed energy running around today in your reading. Yours and them. Yeah, King of Swords. Death, the Six of Swords, it's... Their journey has transformed so much. You have a strong mind, they do. They have a strong mind. It wasn't about moving away from you. It was personal transformation. There's this thing that they had to seek. There's other things they had to seek, and it had to do with this personal sense of joy and happiness, and there was a transformative aspect that took place in their knowledge base while they were moving forward, what seemed like possibly away from you or away from your shores. That might have presented as the initial outset, but they're still with you spiritually and emotionally. It was a transformative move this person needed to take, that they needed to do for themselves. They were determined to do this. It was about regaining focus, not just what they left behind, but what they needed to enter for themselves. I'm sorry it's so vague today, guys, but sometimes it's like that. Can I push a little more? Just, I suppose the advice here, Leo, honey, is that it wasn't a permanent goodbye. It was something they needed to do. It was something that they needed to do. Who knows? Perhaps their travels called them outward due to an ending that they could not foresee. Or that they really needed to pursue their own happiness on their own terms. Something they had to do on their own. Okay. But I can see where, that's what I say, I can see where you two are still bonded. Six of Cups, the Fool, and the Tower. Oh my gosh. It's been very hard for somebody to open up and take a risk in this connection. Very hard. And there was always a regret there that we didn't. Okay. That's a bit more specific. Like I said, their soul bond is here. The meaning of this connection is here. The memory of it's here. The nostalgia. I can feel the spirit of it. How long has it been since we've connected to this person in reality? But somebody strongly regrets not taking action. When there's a moment and this person announced that they had to leave or that they had to pursue their own happiness or something, there was a strong regret to tide at least one person that they didn't take action towards their soul bond. They didn't say something. They didn't open up, take a risk, whatever that means, be it in word or deed, both. That we didn't stop them from leaving or say something. I don't know. We didn't have the moment. You know that moment. Hollywood tries so hard to capture it. Okay? Makes money when somebody can capture a moment like that. Oh, but it's nothing compared to reality. There's a regret here tied strongly to someone in the soul bond I wish I had said or done before they left. Or you left, or somebody did. But it was transformative, honey. It was transformative, perhaps transformative on both sides. Perhaps you both needed the space. As I said, it doesn't feel cold towards you. It's something they had to do. I don't care what was said or what went down. Perhaps it was situational. But it needed to be done on both sides. Both sides needed to experience it. But one person in this dynamic that is so powerfully felt through memory, through memory and time. It's almost like a reflexive muscle, spiritually and emotionally. Regrets terribly that they weren't more open, that they didn't say something. What is that movie? Say anything? That they didn't hold up the speaker. That is a brilliant moment that was captured by Dear Hollywood. That one was gangbusters. Oh, yes. That moment, the moment. I wish I had held up my boombox or made that mixtape or said the words I needed to say or do what it is I needed to do. So if that's you, honey, whatever it is you're planning is correct. The reaction is gorgeous. Okay, yeah, there was a separation here, but not all hope is lost. Renewal. Oh, I better wrap it up because I'll just keep on keeping on, honey. You know me. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Higher self activated since the separation, so it's something we both needed here. Okay. 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 I'll just keep going and going and going and going. No. Let's see. Okay. Contract. Somebody had to take up a contract. It was an important conversation that was lost. Somebody could not commit to the important conversation. Saturn was of influence for some of you. Okay. Listen to your intuition. Yeah, I see that. We're trying to tile it in. Yes. Okay. There's your particular fire. There was distance here, but it wasn't permanent. It was distance, yes. Retreat, yes. I mean, you two could be neighbors for all I know, but there's still that distance. A retreat, and it was needed on both sides to renew. Okay, that fire's still there. It still burns. It's still very, very bright. Let's pull some of these. I was uncomfortable showing emotion. I was uncomfortable showing emotion. I miss our morning coffee. I see all that you do for others. Oh, I should have said what I didn't say. Somebody really regrets not opening up. Okay. We needed to let each other go. Yes, temporarily. I see that. Okay. We have the big star in reverse upside down. This is not what we hope for. This is not what we wish for. I know, but that can be corrected. We have one letter, D. We have the crown, Empress energy, Earth energy as well, but in that sense of authority and empowerment. And then the goldfish in reverse, sign of Pisces. Currently, we're not harmonized with this, but we have the opportunity to, apparently. Okay. So whichever this is dead on bang. I like the response to it. And there's a feeling of generosity here and give and take after this moment in time is complete. And however it is that they drifted apart from you, I see their energy turning back towards you, okay, in a way that's positive. I do hope this helped. Take care. Be well. Sag, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on? Show me Sagittarius. What? Excuse me. Show me Sagittarius and their person, please. What is going on? I think I might have slept a little too well last night. What's going on? Show me Sagittarius. Normally I'm not a deep sleeper, but I have to say, last night I was out. So I'm not used to that. So I'm like, okay, come on, wake up. What's going on? Show me Sag, please. Show me Sag in their person. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. As I explained in that intro, reverse the energies as you see fit. 5 of Cups, Ace of Swords, 7 of Cups. Okay, King of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Queen of Cups. Okay, you know you're upset, and you're trying to work through it. They're showing me something similar. The Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Wands, and the Knights of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, Devil's in the opening. And that's what I'm seeing here for you today, in that reflection of you feel bad and that you've been feeling bad. Okay, and it's not a permanent devil. As far as I can tell, it's looking like a situational devil dependent upon how you feel. You feel trapped in negative emotions, and it's very easy to get caught in that. And you can't help but wonder, and this increases things. Is it going to become a patternized unhappiness? Is this going to be a forever unhappiness? Am I always going to feel like this? Is it always going to suck? Am I always going to feel bad about myself and then this situation or connection? No, and you know better. But it's taking you a while to kind of know better. Like whatever it is that hurts you or upset you, not only do you feel really bad about it, you can't help but wonder if it's always going to stay that way. You know, we don't want to stay there. We don't want to get stuck there. Okay, because I know some people who have developed unhealthy attachments to negativity. You can really romanticize pain and upset if you want to, and that is a choice. And people who wear it like badges of honor are some of the most miserable people you will ever meet. I was hurt 10 years ago, never got over it. I expect you to respect my pain at all times. And just accept the fact that I'm unhappy as a person. Don't expect me to work on it. Just accept it as my truth. You ever met those people? Do you like hanging out with them? No. It doesn't matter what you suggest, they're not open towards it. That their pain is special, it's unique, and therefore they're justified for always staying in that spot. So that's where we don't want to be. And you can't help but wonder, how much longer is this going to linger? That depends on how much insight you allow yourself with the Ace of Swords. Sometimes we need harsh truths in order to cut through our emotional negativity. The truth. Because sometimes our emotions can be very deceiving. And that's why I tell people all the time, you don't just want intelligence and you don't just want to be intuitive. You need both. They act as checks and balances. And you're showing me that here today, checks and balances. I feel, emphasis here on feel, really, really bad. I got regrets and I'm all up in my feels about it all the time. Okay, this is where our mind, Ace of Swords, needs to take over and give us some relief with some harsh truths to intercept those negative feelings. Seven of Cups. Doing this allows you to open different doors, okay, in your heart and say, okay, maybe this, okay, maybe that, okay, maybe this. You see the influence here of truth? We need those checks and balances. And there's some people, it's the opposite effect. They will have a devil attached to their headspace and they have repetitious negative thoughts without any room for positive emotion to make an influence. Here I'm seeing the reverse for you. Heavy negative emotional influence, particularly tied up to the past. This is where we need to lean on our mind. Okay, I need some truths in here. Fact check, fact check. I need fact check me, fact check me. I don't want to keep doing this. Please, yeah, allow that process. And those harsh truths, we need them. We need them to kind of cut down the loudness of that negative emotional feeling, especially if it ties to the past and we've had a difficult time letting go of past subjects. Okay, use that mind, cut through it. Truth. Okay, here we go. Sag, this is what actually happened. This is what actually happened. Stop making it personal and stop lingering. This is the truth. Accept the truth. Accept the truth. And the more we are brave enough to use that sword, and sometimes it is an act of bravery, we start to have some positive emotions. It's a lot better than where you were coming from, because now you're starting to feel things just a wee bit differently about a difficult subject matter that it relates to the past. Okay? Now we have some positive. It's like, okay, I think I can start to see and more importantly feel things just a little bit differently. We'll take that. That's an improvement. That means you had some work, good work done. Okay? All right, there's still more to do. King of Swords, the High Priestess, the Queen of Cups. This person's showing me that process that I was just talking about, the checks and balances system. Pretty good. They got a sharp mind on them, but also a very strong sense of intuitive feeling attached. I'm not giving them all the credit and glory and you all the none. No, that's just what I'm seeing here today. Okay, once more, it's not about, oh, yeah, and da. No, this is what I see for you. This is what I see for them. This person's got a pretty sharp mind. Okay, I have a feeling that this person is aware of your process, and that they know that this has been in your mind and this is in your heart, and they are using their own particular sense of regulation, intelligence as well as intuition. Those two, again, should work side by side to point out things that are both intelligent as well as emotional understanding as well. They're showing me nothing but love for you and that they try intuitively to give you the best of their knowledge and best of their feeling towards you to help. So I don't think this person is the source of these negative emotions. I think this person, what their role is to help you sort them. They say they're used to it. And they know what their role is. So I'm going to go ahead and take a guess. Every now and again, you two reverse roles. When they get down, you know what to do, right? Because they seem to be intimately acquainted with your particular process. The Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, like I said, I feel like you two go through this often. Where one of you is down and you get caught up in your head or in your heart, and the other person's job is to provide support to pull out of it or help pull out of it. To be clear, no one person can directly pull us out of a funk. We have to do it ourselves, but we can have strong influence and support. And I strongly suspect that over time, when it's your turn, you do the same for this person. Okay? Because there was no hesitation from them. No hesitation. Strong mind, strong feeling. Sense of intuition to guide around both when it comes to you and a difficult subject matter. So I say, bless them, good work. I don't feel like this person's responsible for the negative emotions, but they do seem to be aware that you have them from time to time, and they seem to understand what their role is. It's largely supportive and loving and considerate, okay? But yeah, you are going to be back to feeling awesome in no time. We seem to know this with the Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. This is a slow, steady reflection you both share. Every now and again, Sag gets like this, or I get like this, and we always pull through. We always get back on track. And that is the hindsight. This is our particular rhythm thing. So I don't know what's got you down, but I know every now and again you feel it, and you feel it intensely. And you have some of those sharp thoughts to help you cut through it, experience things differently, and then you continue to get back into yourself. This person's role, as far as I can tell, is to support you when things get like this. It's not one-sided. I'll have no doubt you do the same for them. Again, look at that flare come back. Look at that Ace of Wands comes back. Your energy always bounces back, is what they're saying, and what you're saying. We have a long track record of this. Oh my, we are lisping hard today. Knights of Pentacles. Yeah, we have a long track record of this. This person knows you really, really well. And let's be thankful for those people in our lives, guys. Let's not take them for granted, you know? Give them a big hug. Saying, thank you for helping me get back to my good energy, my positive energies. Thank you for pulling me out of my head or in my heart. Because I have no doubt when the time comes, you do the same for them. All right? All right. Let's get some advice, please. The Chariot, Five of Cups. There it is again with the Moon. Oh, so this is a known/unknown issue for some of you. In other words, you're familiar with the subject. You're not entirely sure where it comes from. But you always try to make progress in it. That's a lot of water for some of you. You have a lot of water in your chart, particularly Cancer and Pisces. Some of you know this, that you always tend to move forward, charge forward, and sometimes you hit this gap or this pocket that is the Five of Cups, okay? Emotional pains of the past, and sometimes it goes deep for some of you, and you don't quite understand where it comes from, but you do your best to challenge it and move past it or push through it. Yeah, I would like to see some more healing for you on this one, in that respect of, let's dig deeper. Where does that Five of Cups come from? Okay? And the Moon's there, you're saying, I don't know. I just know it's about crap of the past, and I have a hard time letting it go. Why does it even come up at all? That's an excellent question. That's where I would challenge you to dig deeper. Some of you know, some of you don't know. You recover well. Some of us avoid the subject. We could do with some deeper healing. That's you. Some of us have a tendency to avoid the subject. Let's get some more advice. Again, not an accusation. You always make progress. You always come out the other side. The Emperor, Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords. That's what I'm saying. You always come out the other side. At face value, no one would question you. The Emperor, Ten of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. Typically, you're that person who's on point, empowered, and nobody would know that this is what you experience sometimes. Your outward appearance suggests strength, empowerment. I got shit to do. Do. Boom. Look at you go. Look at you build that empire. Look how you take care of business. You're a very active emperor. You don't just go out giving orders. You're actually involved. Your Ten of Pentacles, your Tree of Life, going well beyond your sense of own personal home and finance. It's everything you're involved in. For you, it's quite a bit. But every now and again, you get into these deep personal pockets of, I'm hurt, I'm down, and it's patternized. I don't know where it comes from. Leave me the hell alone. I'll sort it out. I got my process. So you've got one person in your corner who is your absolute champ. Okay? So your internal self and your external self seem to be, this is what you show people. This is going to wear on you from time to time, so be aware. And this is what you experience privately. Give yourself more space because you're worth it to explore where this comes from, because there will be another pocket if we continue to leave this unchecked. Okay, that's just some advice from me. You also, reassurance, you do quite well here. All right? You do quite well here. You've made a name for yourself. You're quite strong. You're quite capable. You know this. And I have no doubt that pride says this is what I have to show people. And if that's true, I want you to take pride in yourself too. Understand that what you go through, while you're used to it, quote unquote, used to it, okay, doesn't mean you have to continue to be subject to it. Like I said, I would challenge you to dig deeper, understand more about where that comes from. Even the Emperor gets down from time to time. Okay? It's not always about saving face and how much you can do. Sometimes it's how much can you do for yourself and can you respect that? Okay. Rebirth, winter. For some of you, by the way, if you're in one of your down spaces right now, you will come out of this by winter. And for some of you, specifically, winter always brings you down. And that would be why it's a patternized pocket of sadness for you and why you always pull through it. And this person knows they have to step up in their support at this time. So for some of you, winter is not easy. Okay? Still. And it could be seasonal too, guys. Seasonal, I'm just going to throw this term out there. It may not necessarily apply to you. But if you've never heard it before, let me introduce it to you. For some people, seasonal depression is a thing. I used to work with clients who were subject to it. Seasonal depression is a real thing. That would explain it. So let's say it's not seasonal. Let's say it's a particular time of the year, an anniversary marker that gets you down. For some of you, it's like every 3 months. It's still a patternized pocket that you said you're very aware of and you have to. Anyway, we've been through all that. Point is that if you know it, not only are you capable of managing it, but you can also fix it pretty easily, especially if you anticipate it. So that's also preventable. Just FYI. Self-love. Yes, be kinder to yourself. Show yourself some self-love here, especially if you know that this is a continual thing. All right. I guess my point is, honey, you don't have to experience this, especially if you know it's consistent. I see things differently now. Your point of view is much changed. Good. You don't see the past the way you used to, but that doesn't mean it doesn't still affect you. So that's progress. I regret lying to you. I don't know how hard it was to let you go. So there's some things you guys are still struggling with about parts of your past, and that's okay. That's normal. In other words, you're a human being. Oh, we have one letter, and that's Y, and then we also have the infinity loop, okay? I see that you're strongly bonded to somebody, and it's good for you, all right? Once more, letter Y. Saggy, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments, take care, be well. Aries, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Aries and their person, please. Show me Aries. What is going on for Aries? Starting with your side of the board, besides explaining that intro, reverse the energies as you see fit. The moon, the Eight of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. Okay. You're keeping that to yourself for now, but we're not going to want to, that's not going to be a long-term action plan, okay? We'll get back to that. Three of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. Okay. Three of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Emperor. You. Overview, Ace of Wands. I like I said, you're keeping this to yourself for now. I don't recommend it for much longer because that's a lot. That's a lot to internalize. That's a lot of pressure. It's working for you now, but eventually we're going to have to release what we feel. All right. And an Ace of Wands is here. You are showing me I want to be fired up. I want to be inspired. I want hope. I want lights of path. Just not for this. You have an Ace of Wands that's activated that could suggest anywhere between I want hope to a new beginning to I just want to feel something different, Christina. Anything other than what I'm not feeling over here. I see that. And I don't blame you. The moon, Eight of Cups, Nine of Wands, you are keeping a lot to yourself, honey. That's a lot of internal pressure. That's active moon, so that means active secret for now. And this is very distinct for the areas I'm looking at, so it's either A, yours, or B, it's not. There's really no middle room in there, okay? So if it doesn't resonate at all, normal. Normal, check your other placements. But you're keeping a lot of this to yourself, that you are emotionally disengaged, you're checked out, you're not available in the heart, but you're not saying. And that you're frustrated, pissed off, tired, angry, and defensive, but that's also into the moon, and you're not saying. Now, you don't apologize for what you feel. You don't. But you're also not explaining it or sharing it. That's a lot of internal pressure to keep all this to yourself. I don't know why. Maybe you think you're doing them a favor. Maybe you think you're doing yourself. Or frankly, you might tell yourself, Aries, they don't even fucking know. It's none of their business anyway. It seems to me it's best we talk about this because they're not too far apart from you. Except their emotional energy towards you with the Queen of Cups here has worn thin. And like I said, they're not too far apart from you. The only difference is that they're not keeping it to themselves. 3 swords, 10 of swords. That's a lot of pain. A lot of pain. Tantamount to what feels like an emotional ending here between you two. I don't see a physical ending, but I see an emotional ending on your side. You don't want to engage, but you're not saying. You're keeping it to yourself. And so I don't even know if you're trying to spare their feelings at this point by not, which by the way, you're not. They're going to pick up on the fact that you're not emotionally sharing and therefore draw their own conclusions. So no, you're not sparing anyone's feelings here. So let's do away with that delusion right now. I don't think that's it. I've already ruled it out. I think you're in that position of what I feel and don't feel is my business right now. And I think it's because if you had to own it, you would have to do something about it. So while you're not apologizing for what you don't feel and what you're not sharing, okay, you're not in a position to act on it either. It's almost like you're saying, I don't know what this means yet. And until I know what it means, I can't or feel like I shouldn't do anything. Okay. I think that that's fair. I do. And I think that's why you're keeping it to yourself, because if you talk about it, if you admit it, then you got to do something. And you don't know what do something means yet. You don't want that sense of obligation or follow through, especially if you identify as the Emperor, as you should. And 3 swords, 10 of swords, Queen of Cups, like I said, their emotional, positive, loving feeling towards you has worn thin. It's like you lost that loving feeling. Well, they're losing it too. It's harder and harder for them to keep an open heart towards you. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. You already feel the way you feel. The way they do as well is what it is. Who started it? I don't know. I'm not interested. I'm not invested in finger pointing or name calling at this point. It is what it is. What I am saying is that, is this good enough for either of you right now? The answer is no. So we need to figure out sooner rather than later about what this means for you and what that means for them, because they're showing me lots of pain tantamount to an ending, particularly their love for you. It's hard to keep it open. Yours is shut down and you don't want to apologize for it or explain yourself. I understand. 3 of Wands, Ace of Swords, the Emperor. It's almost like you're saying, I'm not playing the waiting game. I'm not playing the waiting, but you are. You are. And I'm not trying to call you out. It's just you're clearly uncomfortable addressing this. So the 8 of Swords, this is denial here, procrastination, 3 of Wands, waiting. I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting. There's nothing to wait for. I'm the Emperor. I know you. There's a pressure in you that if I reveal this, I have to do something. So it's kind of like you're saying, I'm not playing for time. I'm not running down the clock. I'm Aries. If I want to do something, I'll do it. So here's the thing. While I understand and appreciate your Ace of Wands and your burst of energy, wanting it to go to something else, anything else, this needs to be addressed. Because you've already told me you're shut down towards this. So that therefore that Ace of Wands, what energy you feel doesn't want to go towards this. They're shutting down too. So, and then you're over here, I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting for nothing. I think you're waiting on you to understand what this means. Okay. And then what to do with it. So while you may not be so cold waiting on them, or that you're chill or you're undisturbed or none of this bothers you, that might well be on the surface. But you know this can't sustain, right? It does bother you. It does. I'm not picking on you, honey. There are some things that just require us to figure it out sooner rather than later. All right? And you keeping all this to yourself. Yeah. And I'm not going to play the play game about who lost love for what first. I see you defending your position. I shouldn't have to explain what I don't feel. And I kind of agree with you, but it does obligate you to understand what you're doing. What does that mean, though? What does that mean for me? What does that mean for us? And you can say, well, they stopped loving me first, and I just shut down. And that might well be the case. But don't tell me you're not waiting, because you are. This is way too much suspension. Way too much suspension. Maybe you still love this and you're very much in denial about it and you don't know what to do because you know they're shutting down. Or you understand that you don't love this anymore and you got to keep it to yourself and they're still shutting down. Okay. What happens next? Okay. And this is not a forever thing. This is simply a snapshot in time. Point is, I want you to push past this moment in time. 10 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. I understand someone here is lying to themselves about being happy and that it has been for a long time. We need to stop lying to ourselves, whoever that is, you or them. Okay? But we're not happy. 10 of Cups, 5 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. That's a long-standing lie. Unfortunately, that 5 of Swords has had a long time to take root into this dynamic. Okay? That particular negative root and lie has had a long time to develop. So someone here has been lying to themselves for a long time about happiness. And that's no good. Okay, it could be the both of you, actually, at this point. We won't make any progress unless somebody opens up. The High Priestess, the Hierophant, the King of Cups. Intuitively as well as spiritually, we need to understand our feelings on this. Do we still love this? Yes or no? Do they still have love for this commitment? Yes or no? Somebody here already has an answer, intuitively as well as spiritually. Is this worth working through? Yes or no? How do you even begin to disentangle that lie that's had so much time to develop? Piece by piece. Piece by piece. But we cannot fix what we do not know is broken. If somebody still intuitively feels their way towards this, is still committed to this to the heart, then that's the truth. And that's what needs to be put forward. Not the lie, not the pride, not the ego. But if it's there, and I've strong for one of you it is, it needs to come forward. And if we're so afraid of the other person's response, then you already have an answer. But we're not going to know if we continue to maintain a lie of happiness that just isn't true. It could be fixable, but if neither one of you's talking about it, you won't know. If it's not fixable and neither one of you's talking about it, this stays the same. There's choice in all things. We need to get in tune very desperately with how we actually feel. Sorry, this one's a rough one, guys. I hate when these things happen, I do, but I have no control over that. It had to be seen for somebody somewhere. If I could give everybody a happy reading, I would. You know? Tarot's not like Whataburger. I can put in the order, but I'm going to get what I'm going to get. They could care less I'm a customer or consumer. They're going to tell me what they think is correct for me, not what I say is correct. Okay? But then that wouldn't be correct if it was my way, would it? It wouldn't be karmic. It wouldn't be balanced. We need to balance this. This is going to have some karmic debt attached to it on both sides in terms of equal responsibility and weighing up the scales and who's responsible for what. And therefore we can understand what needs to be done on both sides. For some of you, this is a technical legal issue that would indicate, for some of you, full-on commitment, marriage. But this is what you owe each other to understand the truth. Be it a happy outcome or a not happy outcome, we're still responsible for the truth. But pretending that there isn't a deeper issue here That's unfair. New perspective, divine masculine, limitations, fears, and the divine feminine. They're both here. Okay. These two are karmically in debt to understand each other, to get this sorted out. I'm not saying you have to fix it and be happy. What I'm saying is you have an obligation to understand this, the both of you, and figure it out. Perhaps you are best separated. Perhaps you are best suited to stay together. Until we know, until both of you start talking, you're not going to understand what the other owes. And we both owe. That's been very clear. We need perspective on both sides. That means opening up. Limitations and fears. What is it you're both fearing? And how is it you're both limiting yourselves? Okay. Let's skip all that. Okay. Well, I said that, but then I'm like, there's something in here. I care too much about others' opinions. Someone has a very strong appreciation for face value, too much pride, too much, this is how people perceive me. I will show you some signs and synchronicities. I lived my life through you, compensation for somebody. We both know I am not the one for you. I am attracted to you. Someone's still attracted to the other. My life is not as together as it seems. Oh, someone looks attractive based on what they can do or quality or providership. In terms, again, of that face value. But someone's under conflict. I'm not the one for you, and we both know it, but we can't. Neither one of you seems to be prepared to discuss it. Okay, again, karmic balance, what we are owed each other. Understanding that this thing is wrapping up, or that it still has a chance to unravel and develop. Okay? Well, not unravel, you know what I mean. Unravel the knots and the tensions and things like that. Okay, we have the letters G, H, D, D, the medallion of Aquarius. You might have Aquarius in your chart because connecting to one. We have the medallion of Pisces, and I'm absolutely saying this is tied to you. First of all, the moon is here, but also you might have some Pisces in the chart, not the point. There's that sense of I got to keep my emotions to myself in order to protect myself. Okay, so that doesn't mean we have a lack of emotion. It's that we have so much of it and we're comfortable with it. We're keeping it to ourselves at our own cost too. It weighs you down, okay? And then we have the clouds. It seems very cloudy where you are. Gray days, just the metaphor, not necessarily it's a rainy day, although it could be. Perhaps it's a rainy day as you're saying this. And the point is there's a silver lining here too. Depends on one's ability to see it. Aries, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Hopefully you don't hear that. Excuse the background noise. It seems we have some sirens going on right now. Hope everyone's okay. Let's talk about you. How are you doing? What's going on? Show me, Aquarius. Show me Aquarius and their person, please. Show me Aquarius. Show me Aquarius and their person, please. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. So explaining that intro, reverse energies as you see fit. 5 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. Well, you go on then. I mean, it sucks, but sometimes it happens. I know. 4 of Cups, Strength, the Magician. Okay. 4 of Swords, the Star. That's you. 3 of Wands. Overview, 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're showing me that you are prioritizing other things at this time. That was the tea kettle. 8 years like, I'm working, and that's my focus right now. You are showing me high levels. I need to be secure. I need to exercise my own sense of skills and experience. I've got stuff to do. I've got work to do. I'm trying to stabilize here. I'm trying to take care of me and mine, my home, and then anyone who dwells in it. So you're showing me high levels of responsibility while maintaining that sense of self-worth and then also exercising PS independence. So you are trying to show, I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this for us, I got this for we, I got this for me. You're like, I can do this. I got the experience, I got the skills, let me do my thing. And right now you're being met with some resistance, but you're still showing me kind of this almost attitude, not negative, just this attitude of, I know better. I know what you're showing me priorities. Priorities, priorities, priorities first. And I don't think this is where you are always. I think this is where you are now. And there's some conflict here about what constitutes priorities. And you're just kind of sitting there being like, I know what they are. And if you knew what they were, you wouldn't be arguing with me. It's kind of like that. But the thing is, I think you're right There are things right now for the Aquarius I'm looking at that just literally do take priority, and this goes well beyond bills. There's a sense of security for the long term, and you're like, I know what my worth is, and sometimes I got to fight for it. So this is more than just you accumulating your own sense of wealth or success or career. You're tying it back to responsibility, but also a can-do attitude. This is not just about me. There's us in here. There's a we in here. And that's what takes priority. And you're kind of adamant. You put your foot down, and sometimes we have to do this. Sometimes it's like, I said, no unnecessary trips or vacations this year. That's not where we are. We need to be saving this. We need to be doing that. So I see you putting your foot down, but it's also coming from that place of experience. So in that case, I'm kind of defaulting to experience knows best. Sometimes you have to make those short-term sacrifices for the long-term game. You know, honey, we didn't write the rules, but we are responsible for the outcome. And the Aquarius, I'm looking at you like, I get it. I know. You don't have to tell me, honey. I know. I'm right there with you. 4 Cups, Strengths, the Magician. Even though this person's upset, whoever is attached to you, and I am sorry that they are upset, it's taking them some strength of will to kind of appreciate it. Hopefully it's a temporary upset. 4 Cups, there is disappointment here. And they're trying to shove it away with strength there. And the Magician, hopefully that's them trying to get on the same page with you. Okay, it's like, well, I want what you want. So there, again, it's that sense of short-term disappointment, short-term sacrifice. Perhaps you two had a recent tiff or recent arguments about priorities and what those actually are. This person, bless them, I don't think there's anything bad with them. I feel like they're kind of a dreamer, you know, and that's not bad. It's not bad to dream. It's not bad to fantasize. It's not bad to want about frivolous items or having those luxurious vacations that aren't practical in nature, but man, they just feel good. Don't you just want to feel good? Don't you just want to do some wish fulfillment, Aquarius? And you're like, I'm all about that, but I'm also about being practical. So I think this person has a tendency to hold on to, well, this is what I want, and we can't do this right now, right? You're like, okay, I agree, and it's taking some strength to kind of suppress that 4 Cups, the unhappiness, but they're trying to get on board with you in the objectives. And I see that over here, 4 of Swords, the Star, 3 of Wands. It's kind of like saying, looking out on it, you're probably right. So for your part, you know, try not to be like, yeah, I know I'm right. I think you're just too practical for that. I think you know who this person is. I think you know that they have a tendency to wish fulfill for frivolous things or not needed things, but it's not that it's not important to you or to them. Clearly it is. It's also needs must right now. And you're like, there's nothing wrong with wishing upon a star. You're like, I am the star. I get it. But also this is where we need to be right now. 4 Swords. So there's a sense of soothing here, at least for you, in that respect of, say, long-term vision here. 3 of Wands. You're like, this is going to make us happy further out, or this is going to help us nest and feel comfortable further out. Okay. So, you know, it's coming across very, very temporary. It's looking like you both have work to do in terms of your respective roles. And because there is something here about we need to do this now. And the person's like, all right, but it's not so bad that I'm saying like endings or blow-ups or anything like that. No, it's, well, I'm disappointed. And you're like, I know you are. And that's okay. We can look forward to those things, but right now we got priorities, yes? All right. Let's get some advice, please, for Aquarius. I think you're doing a good job with this. The High Priestess, the Ace of Swords, and the 7 of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. Okay. Intuitively, you feel that they don't get it. Okay. I think you're right. There's this idea of we can put it off and you know better. You just feel it. You just feel it. You're like, we can't rest on this one. We can't pretend that we don't see it. And it might be hard for you to put into words sometimes, this urgency to shore up now, to build up your practices and your skills and your experience, your pentacles now. But you also say if we delay, it'll be detrimental. Okay. I have to agree with you. There's something here that you feel is coming, but you can't quite see it. And if you agree to short-term pursuits or short-term happiness principles, it's like it's going to bite me in the ass later. I don't know why. I just feel like that's the case right now. And I think you're correct. The other person's kind of like, let's put it off, or we have a steady growth pattern here. Don't worry about it. You're like, that ain't sitting right. I don't know. But the point is that you two are on the same page about goals after all. A little bit of soothing here. And there's a projection of further out. We'll be happy we did this. Okay, so listen to your intuition here, even if it's hard for you to define it, you know? But sometimes it's like, oh, we have time. Until we don't, you know? Anything else here? Three of Swords, Temperance, the Ten of Wands. Yeah, it's kind of like, again, short term for long term. Short-term sacrifice for a long-term goal. You're like, it weighs heavy now, but trust me on this. Trust me on this. We need some time, and things will get better. There's a heaviness there. We're not happy. We are disappointed, but we need extra work at this time, not less. Okay. All right. I hear you. I hear you. Chemistry, passion, family concerns. We have a passion here. Put these two together. We have a passion here for family and positive constructs, healthy constructs, safety, perspective, stability. So while you love the person, the chemistry between you two is still on point. We also have a passion for everyone. I told you it wasn't just a you thing. There's a we thing in here. We are very passionate about providing stability for family or home, kids, personal finances for the home, you name it. Okay, that's all an indication of the family room. Pluto transformation now while we're in Scorpio season. For some of you, Aquarius might be your Pluto placement. I wouldn't know. It moves so darn slow. And I don't have Google in front of me to do the math. So, and just let you know, while we're in the transformation season, we decided to crack down on the budget. We decided to make more. So like I said, less leisure time, more work time. All right. That's for some of you, not all of you. Tarot doesn't dictate action. You do. Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. I'm looking at a very specific Aquarius today, but otherwise a healthy dynamic. I think they see your point. If it was unhealthy, you'd be met with more resistance. But here I see the kind of, all right, reluctance, and I understand you. You're making good points, and we'll go ahead and get on the same page. There'll be other things to look forward to. All right. We can go and skip these. These have more to do with the troubled romantic past and then also new coming romantic stuff. You're just not in that bracket today. I don't think so. I kind of pull those oracles based on what I think the needs are, and it's not the need based today. No letters? No letters. Okay. We have 3 medallions, Cancer, Pisces, and then Sag. And the key word here being optimist for Sag is in the reverse. You might have any of those placements in your chart. Could be connecting to one. We have the Deer, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, and also the timidity, the shyness, particularly as it regards to our pathway, earthian principles, okay, of stability, and just feeling a little bit defenseless here, and we want to change that. We have the busy bee. That's what I'm saying. Increase our work activity, Empress energy, sense of empowerment, and then also our sense of leisure will come at another time, but we need to work hard now, okay? And then we have the arrow of Sag once more, and then also the point, I believe, in this respect of striking home. Traditionally, I would also say love striking, but this is the point of striking home. Yeah, I think it met its target. All right, Aquarius, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on? Show me Gemini and their person, please. Show me Gemini and their person. Show me Gemini and their person. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but as I explained in that intro, reverse the energies as you see fit. The Emperor, Justice, and the Hanged Man. Okay. 3 powers right there. 9 of Cups. 6 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. On a lighter note, they're like, yeah, let's do it. Okay. 4 Swords, 4 of Wands, and the 6 of Cups. Oh, that's beautiful, honey. Okay, the Hermit. Man, look at your determination. Just in your own right, you pulled 4 majors. The Hermit. Man, you are determined. to learn, to grow, to exercise experience, to exercise healing. You are willing to walk a long road, my friend, one of empowerment, enrichment. Looking back upon reflection, I have learned a lot. I have grown a lot. I have developed a lot. So you have, and you will continue to do so. The Hermit doesn't just stop and start in a 24-hour period, you know. This will carry on to some time, and you seem to take this Hermit energy, okay, very seriously. So it's not just healing, but it's wisdom, reflection, insight, experience. Okay, which reasons why he's one of my favorite indicators of healing in tarot. You're like, I want to walk the path of enlightenment. There's so much more I could be doing and seeing for myself, and not just me, others too. The Emperor, you're showing me large and in charge, strong sense of self. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. What are you going to do? Justice? Okay. So your energy is so amped up right now. It is so at its highest height of form. Wow. It is gorgeous. You're like, I'm going to be empowered and I'm going to make things right. Justice shall prevail. You're like, I'm going to pay my dues, balance things up. I'm going to lead the way. I'm going to be an example. I'm going to be an example to myself and to others in the Hanged Man. So you're going to do things carefully, careful, plotting, coursing, wherever it is you think it next benefits you and whomever's in here with you. And you're taking that seriously as well. But what I really like here is that with the Hanged Man, you have suspended all sense of expectations other than how you were looking at yourself and what you expect from yourself at this point. And what you expect from yourself is reflection, wisdom, and the ability to make things fair, correct, and balanced. But you also look to yourself to meet out those expectations as the Emperor. You expect things from you. Not to just be handed to you. You expect to participate in this. But you will take your time and gain the perspective you need and ask yourself fairly in any situation, it seems recently and for some time out, what is fair and what is correct. I got to step up and lead this. I got to step up and do this thing. Cool. Oh, goodness me. Like, I mean, it's 4 majors. There's only so much I can do without clarifying, you guys, but that's phenomenal power energy. I like where you are. Your person's response is, I agree. I don't know. 9 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, the Knights of Wands. That's a little go-getter right there. That one's a little go-getter. They got energy all over them. They have a feel-good disposition. They do believe in wish fulfillment, 9 of Cups. So again, positive wish fulfillment is when we understand we love ourselves and this is what we can do, and therefore this is what we wish for. So this person has a strong sense of wanting to balance, except yours is showing me the technical, the legal, the spiritual, and they're like, reality, we can balance this. So very positive attitude in that respect. I want what you want because I feel it's good for me too. So they are completely in agreement with you, but also they have that sense of, don't try and stop me, out the door I go. So this is that person. They really go out there and they get it done. Natural enthusiasm, natural joy. I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm not saying you're perfect. What I'm saying is like, they're like same as you, but, you know, relaxed. So I like this. It's like I will connect with you wherever you are, and, you know, your goals are my goals, and we can absolutely do this. So they have a very strong can-do, independent attitude just in and of their own right, which is lovely. It very much complements where you are, okay? 4 Swords, 4 of Wands, 6 of Cups. Not only is there is an emotional relationship here, bare minimum. With the 6 of Cups, we have soul bond. Whether or not you believe in that, it's not the point. We have a lot of emotional memory here of, well, the exchange of one's memories and emotionality and having that unique bond, that flow between yourself and that someone else. And it's special. We've shared cups with this person. We've shared meals. We've shared conversations. And there's a uniqueness between you and that person. That's the best way to describe that. And there is a 4 of Wands, some sort of relationship here. So bare minimum, an emotional relationship that is healing. 4 Swords. Beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And that's an equal division, literally 4, 4, and 6. So I know it's absolutely shared between you two. The flow state is phenomenal. It all starts with you being a little bit more insightful, being a little bit more in tune with you. You know, I've walked this path, or this is what I've learned from it. It's all good. Yeah, I stand up for myself, and I stand up for what's right. And, you know, you and this person, they just take off and run with the same ideas, outcomes, goals, and wanting to, you know? But it's not rushed, and I like that. Don't get me wrong, they're a little go-getter, but whatever this is, that's healing, and you're both on the same page, above all, takes its time. They themselves show me a natural energy burst that's normal for them. Regarding their activities, they really like to get things done. You know what I mean? Let's get the advice, please. Show me that advice, please, for Gemini. The King of Wands, the Chariot, Two of Wands. Man, once somebody's made up their mind, they go. Look at that. Look at that emotional conviction. Look at that sense of direction. Those two together, direction. King of Wands and the Chariot, that's all direction, baby. Two of Wands, staying in the moment, staying present, knowing when and where and how to make decisions and not to delay in them. That's moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. Someone here, and to say the least, feels very good about their sense of direction, what they're doing and why they're doing it. To say they feel empowered by it is like a no-brainer, you know? So keep on. Whatever this direction is you're on, it's correct, 1,000%. Don't stop. Don't stop. That's it. That's all we got. That's all we need. Don't stop. Keep going. It feels correct because it is. Wow. I don't know the context of how you know this person. I just know that you two have known each other a long time. And we have a deep emotional attachment to this. That is good and is healthy for the both of you. Unexpected message, secret admirer, not so secret. Winter. Okay, so some of you will issue an unexpected message. Others of you will be a recipient of it. Secret admirer, not so secret. We know who it is. But perhaps there's an admiration that's running deep here that the other person was not aware of. Okay, like a very strong, deep, I mean, again, that Six of Cups, one of its disadvantages is that uniqueness allows us to take it for granted because it's so easily felt, but not necessarily expressed. So there might be a very, very strong, up until very recently here in winter, you don't really know how much I admire you, or something like that. It's running for somebody. You know, that's beautiful. It makes me smile. I don't know why it's making me smile. I like that. No, that just reminded me of a passage from Pride and Prejudice, particularly Mr. Darcy. Allow me to express how deeply, or, oh goodness, how can I forget my Jane Austen? How? Christina, you should know these things verbatim. But I don't. Allow me to express how deeply and ardently I admire you, or something like that. Famously, Mr. Darcy said it. Anyway, look it up. It's easy. Oh, that's just what that got brought to mind. Of course, every woman has ever read that or heard it went, oh. I'll have a laugh, lighten up. And for some of you by winter, whenever that is, your next winter. All right. Okay. And knowing one's self-worth. Oh, I know. I see you heavily, heavily concentrating on that at this time. Good job. I'll pull some of these. I use these as I see fit. They're not always necessary. That's the truth of it. You know, particularly the romantic ones. Well, sometimes they're not always romantic, you know. So, but I had a feeling. I got a feeling. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Yes, indeed. Oh, why not then? Oh, why not? It is safe for you to love. True love, and it is safe for you to love. Okay, very good. We have the Tree of Life, or the Ten of Pentacles in this context. For some of you, you might have very strong overlapping communities that you are both familiar with, i.e. your environments. Perhaps others of you, you have very strong similar principles about roots running deep and who we know and why we know them. And like I said, you two might go way back. You two might go way back. Okay. Oak trees? What about oak trees? Yeah, that is so. It's. I'm so sorry. It's not relevant. I mean, I don't think it's relevant to you. I just. Why would I? Why? Okay, so I had a very strong visual of oak tree. That's growth, partially. In my alma mater, where I attended university, and it's one of the oldest living oak trees in Austin, and I had a visual flash of that. I don't know where it came from, and I don't know how that'd be relevant to you, but I mean, all I said was you to go way back, and then I saw that specific oak tree, and I don't know why. And I say partially because some of its limbs stopped growing, or it would be considered dead fall, but it's been propped up for safety. It's hard unless you saw it. It's a brace. It's a tree brace, because I didn't want to remove the dead limb. But anyway, I don't know why I'm telling you all this. I just saw it. You go way back. Let's move on. I'm sorry. I want to say it's Soren oak, but I could be wrong. Moving on. We have the Medallion of Pisces. It's in the reverse, the key word here being intuitive, and then we have the infinity loop. Oh, yes. No, of course. Of course. Highly intuitive, one of you is, by the way. Perhaps some of you might have some very strong Pisces in your chart. Perhaps they do. I don't know. But the infinity loop, well, that kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it? Okay. Gemini, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Libra in their person, please. Show me Libra. What's going on for Libra? Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but explain that intro. Reverse the energies as you see fit. 5 of Cups, 6 of Swords, and Knight of Wands. Good job. That wasn't an overnight thing, but you have done a really good job of getting out of it. Fantastic. The Wheel of Fortune, 5 of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. Well, I'm sorry that they have a different opinion. Okay, 4 of Cups, 2 of Wands, and the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Wands. Well, I wouldn't try because you don't look like you're open for business, and I don't mean that to be rude. It's just you're not. That's just not where you are. 7 of Wands straight away, boundaries, defensiveness. You can't bother me. You will not ruffle my feathers. No, that's just not where I'm at these days. You're right? That's what you're saying. I'm just, no. You don't try. Don't bother. Don't contact me. You can't upset my flow. I won't let you. So I'm not saying that you're actively pushing someone off. What I'm saying is that energetically you're closed. You're closed for business. You're just not. You're like, I'm guarding myself. I'm protecting myself right now. And we all get into that space from time to time. All right. We don't always want to stay there in a guarded position either. Don't get me wrong. You should always have boundaries, but that doesn't mean you should be closed off. Now, you currently have your guard up or your boundaries activated because it's coming from a place of pain and disappointment with the 5 of Cups, which you have shown me decidedly that you're going to move away from, work through, or get on the other side of it. And I agree. We don't want to stay in the 5 of Cups land for longer than we need to. A lot of people be tempted to get lost to it. It's like giving up, just living in negative emotions all day, every day. That's not helpful. We need to resolve our feelings of the past in order to have good feeling for the future. That's it. That's all there is to it. It sounds easy until we try it. But yeah, so by all means have your guard up. By all means be disciplined, right? Disciplined equals boundaries. Just realize that you're going to soften up and you're going to want to soften up in future. You're going to want to take it easier and let your guard down from time to time because you're going to want to feel easier things and lighter things. And that's exactly where you're headed with the Knight of Wands in future. Eventually you will feel lightening. Eventually you will feel less guarded. Eventually you will feel less defensive. Okay? And that's going to require that you can continue to make progress through that 5 of Cups. I can see that you've been upset about something in the past and you're trying to get more and more distance from it every day with the 6 of Swords. Eventually, you're correct. The Knight of Wands. Things will ease up. Okay? So I respect this. I respect this. Just make sure that you have an end goal in mind. All right? Now, the Wheel of Fortune, Five of Wands, Queen of Swords. After much reflection, I'm not trying to laugh. I'm just saying after too much reflection. Wheel of Fortunes, here is the Five of Wands and the Queen of Swords. They're like, well, I have decided I still strongly disagree with you or the connection or whatever went down. Someone is opposed to your decision, but they don't stand in your way. It's kind of like saying they look on the past and it's like, well, I still am in disagreement with Libra. Okay. And they're kind of cold and shut down about it. I don't know if that's pride. I don't know if that's just, it's not that they're happy. I don't see them being happy. It's just after much reflection, they still disagree with your decision. So I don't know what the alternative would have been. Maybe if I was clarifying, the fact of the matter is, this wasn't going to work. Four of Cups, Two of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. I mean, you two were unhappy with the way things were growing. And it wasn't headed towards improvementville. It was going to stay that way. So that 4 and 5 on the opening is not a coincidence. You above the two of you understood how unhappy the situation was. The only difference between you two is that you didn't want to stay there. I don't see them offering any solutions. That's my point. No solutions to fix it. Work through it. Be more flexible. Be more emotionally available. Because you're showing me both of those points was your major point. This isn't soft to me. My heart's not welcome here. My feelings aren't welcome here. Or you don't welcome your feelings here. And it hasn't changed. Two of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. It's kind of like saying, and I know it's never gonna. So you can go ahead and sit there and disagree with me, but you didn't have a plan to change it either. Right? They can go ahead and sit there and tell me they still disagree with your decision. And that tells me, therefore, they were content with the drips and drabs you two were experiencing, the scraps of emotions. Like that was fine then? It was suitable? No. Between the two of you, you're the one who figured it out. I'm unhappy, and you don't seem to be inclined to change the dynamic. I hate the dynamic. The dynamic's miserable. And also, by the way, it was rooted. It was stagnant as... I mean, that stagnancy. It's like, can you tell me you were happy with this? No, I wasn't happy with it, but I just didn't know how to change it. Again, the same... Well, that's why I had to go. I want to feel other things than this stuck-ass stagnancy with you. I don't know why I'm seeing it. I have no clue. Because if you wanted confirmation that you made the right decision, the answer is yes. So they can continue to sit here and fight with themselves because it's not even an active argument with you at this point. They're just saying, well, I still disagree with your decision. What else were you offering then? You have any more solutions there, Chief? Or just that you disagree with my decision? Oh, ain't shit changed. Okay. Well, I guess I should continue to seek other shores because yours aren't exactly thrilling or very fun for me. Just you figuring out how much you can keep yourself emotionally distant without changing the dynamic. That works really well. Yeah. You keep doing that. Yeah, so that's all I get from this person. How can I keep emotionally distant from Libra? Act like I don't care, but still disagree with their decision. What else did you have to offer? You kept yourself emotionally distant. You helped keep us stagnant. I put up with it. And I realized I shouldn't be. You get what you get. Don't throw a fit. No. That's why you can't have it both ways. I want to be emotionally distant from you and still disagree with your decision about how our dynamic's playing out. No. No. That's not how this works. I don't know what you were expecting from it. I don't know why the Hierophant just popped out. Could I don't know, Taurus season could be connecting to Taurus, or is it a sense of a higher ideal of self, what you're committed to, your principles and why, all that stuff. I don't know, but it's absolutely ludicrous to be like, I had a right to keep myself emotionally distant, but I still disagree with you. Then what was the point? I don't know. I don't know what the argument is. But anyway, point is, honey, by all means, continue to separate yourself from this emotionally, recover from it, heal from it, so on and so forth. And your lighter energy is right around the corner. Okay, let's get some advice, please. You don't, yeah. Ace of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, no, there's... don't pitch to me about the investment breaking when there weren't shit on the table. I mean, it's the Wheel of Fortune. We've had a lot of time to think about this. A lot of what could have been and what actually was. Here was the opportunity. Here's how it failed to take. Here's what it could have been. This is what was given. The expectation didn't live up to the real world activity. If its investment's good, we don't abandon it. You want something to be solid, you put more into it. Otherwise, it's a break or it always remains at half potential, and half potential is no good. You either have full potential or you don't do shit, you don't live up to it. We had plenty of time to reflect upon this. In the event when you want to keep someone in your life and you have that age-old question, should I give more or give less to keep someone in my life? You give more. And that's it. That's all I see. It's really simple here. We don't bitch about the results when you didn't take place. You didn't take part in the participation of it. Again, you want to keep someone in your life. You opt to give more, not less. I don't understand the issue here. Why am I saying this? Why am I saying this person's thought process after how much time has passed? I haven't a fucking clue. The point is, honey, keep on. You're fine. I don't know. It's still on their mind. That's the only thing I can think of, is that there's some energetic mental connection still here between you two. Page of Pentacles, Ace. Oh, that's why. Because someone's thinking about renewing the offer. Still not a lot, but the idea is that if I put it forward, it'll make me happy. So that's either you putting yourself into a brand new beginning, which I already saw for you. Or at least going about your business and feeling better about it, bare minimum. I feel like someone's contemplating a little something to generate a lot of activity. And that's nice. That's very nice. That's very thoughtful. But the immediate sense of putting something into this, what was missing, little guy, Page of Pentacles, really sparks a lot of joy for someone. I can get the energy back into this. I can make things happy again. I don't know. I mean, it looks good, but it might deflate really quick if there isn't more substance behind it. I mean, we're talking about everything that should have been given while there was an opportunity, not how we can make up for it now. And I think that's why I'm seeing this at all, is because someone's seriously contemplating a little page. And I'm glad it makes them feel happy, but is that a sustainable happy? Otherwise, this is a deep issue that runs between you two, and it has been for a long time. A long time. Underdeveloped emotions, emotional stagnancy, someone being way too just thin with their emotional expression and investment, and staying in that and saying it's enough. And I don't know. I don't know. I agree. Something like this might temporarily make us happy. Hey, how you doing? Oh, you want to get together real quick? It feels good right there in the moment, but if the bigger issue isn't addressed, then it will just go back to the way it was. And you must know this. You must know this. Anyway, just FYI, that has to be why I'm saying it, because someone's thinking about it. That's all. You know? Let me put it this way. If you got into a pattern with this person, they're going to try to pick up the pattern again. They have no incentive to change it because they haven't had much real insight, as far as I can tell. Maybe this trinket, whatever this is, will get Libra to turn around real quick because they still disagree with your decision. Control tactics to try to get you back or to keep you in check or expect only this much from me. Again, it's that person who ghosted. Yeah, you left. I see that. It's not really about an accusation here. It's just you left. You quietly left or you loudly left. I don't know. You just left. It's like you're no longer included in my life, and you had new perspective about what healthy ghosting is. Yes, there is such a thing as healthy ghosting, especially if you're locked into a pattern with somebody, and they have no real intention of changing it, but then they also disagree with your decision. That means they still have that same level of thinking as you last left them. So in that case, then the ghosting here is completely justified. You know someone's not going to change, and that's when ghosting is actually appropriate. When you know something and someone's not going to change because they still have the same point of view, or lack thereof. Especially if we're talking about how can I keep this around in my life but not necessarily do much with it. That's a control tactic. It's a form of manipulation. financial loss mirroring. There's some sort of concern here that you both share in regards to loss. I don't know what that is. Okay. Okay. Well, if you can't put more into this and you're both thinking about it, neither can you, or at least you don't want to at this point. I mean, it knocks each other out, doesn't it? I'm kind of mildly curious over here. This is my Woe Begone deck. What I call the shoulda, coulda, woulda cards. All right. Sometimes it's more present oriented, but mostly these just reflect the past. Yeah. Let's take a look at the old shoulda, coulda, wouldas here. I'm with our ancestors, thinking about where we should be spiritually, or somebody's been doing some very deep development about who they are spiritually. Please acknowledge me. You can break generational patterns. That's what I thought. I'm with our ancestors and breaking generational patterns. There is that sense of somebody's too invested in the ways of the past and what they've learned from the past. The other person has a point of view of I can break patterns. Okay? And in the middle, someone please acknowledge me. Well, I am helping you now. We'll see. I don't know about that. I'm not sure what they consider help to be, or what you might consider help to be. But perhaps you having broken this pattern with them is your version of helping them. Who knows? Take that as it resonates. We have the letter U. We have two medallions here, Aries as well as Gemini. You might have any of these in your chart. Could be connecting to one. We also have the dragonfly in reverse, the refusal to transform. Okay? Okay. Libra, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Taurus. Show me Taurus and their person, please. What's going on? Show me Taurus and their person, please. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, right? But as I explained in the intro, you reverse those energies as you see fit. The Chariot, Ace of Swords. Hey! Nice. The High Priestess. Hey! All right. Cool. Seven of Wands. Page of Cups. Nine of Wands. Oh, but of course, it's a Taurus reading. Why not? Somewhere in the distance. In other words, not directly across the street or to my side. Our Lady of Perpetual Long Care is taking place. Oh, yes, that's absolutely a leaf blower. There's no way it's not. Well, it's that time of year. But hey, nonetheless, your message was blessed today. We'll get back to that. The Magician, Six of Wands, and Temperance. Yeah. Okay. King of Pentacles. That's you, baby. Right there in the overview. Fantastic. I was going to say there's a little bit cheek in here, but that's okay. Considering where you are, makes sense. King of Pentacles in your overview. Boom. There you are. Large and in charge. Okay. I'm not saying you're perfect. What I am saying is that I like how you perceive yourself and what you've got going on. So you're showing me, you know what? I know who I am. I know what I'm about. I know what my responsibilities are. I'm a provider. I am reliable, I am strong, I am steadfast, I am Taurus, right? You're saying you're very much in tune with who you are, and you got your priorities together. At least from your perspective, you like where you're at. You're saying, I'm headed in a good direction. I know. I sat down and planned it that way. Because there is a strong sense of, this is me, this is what I got developed, and this is how we're going to move it forward. So you're showing me planning, structuring, in a strong sense of my will, my way, but it's not in that kind of stubborn attitude that I would associate with the Emperor. It's just simply, you're kind of following your own design right now. And it is indeed your design. And you seem to be pleased with what you're doing. And the attitude for which you're approaching it, you're saying it feels right, and intellectually, it looks correct, and then you have the High Priestess out. Woohoo! All right, bonus. Intuitive, and there's some basically, dude, one of my favorite combinations right there. Intuition as well as intelligence. Those two are friends, not enemies, right? Checks and balances. You really shouldn't forsake one in order to access the other. So, hey, P.S., Chariot on top, Chariot, we're moving this forward. So right now you are busy being you, operating under your own particular sense of authority, and then also what you understand a priority is at this time. You're like, I'm moving forward. Chariot, boom. Ace of Swords, I know I am. High Priestess. You have an internal drive. You have an external drive. So I'm saying there are some really strong pieces in you that are in place. Your inside matches your outside. I am loving this. So what you're going to do, what you're determined to set off upon, I don't know, but I love that you do. And that you're backing it up with a mental and emotional confidence that just can't be beat. That is gorgeous. That. Seven of Wands, Page of Cups, Nine of Wands, them. Oh boy. Not on the same page. Resistance. No. I don't want to do what you're doing. Taurus, I don't know what the gripe is. That's a lot of gripe. It's a lot of resistance. That's like, why are you in such a good mood? I'm not. You. It's kind of like that. I'm sorry. I don't know who that is to you. Good God, I hope that's not romantic. Oh boy. I don't know, but someone who's like, no. Again, it's that whole, why are you in a good mood? I'm not. Well, that's you. Meanwhile, I got a Taurus being Taurus who is really legitimately, no bullshit, psyched up to be where you are. You have planning in here. I don't quite know what it is, but it's that sense of I'm needed here. This is my expertise. This is my jam. This is what I'm good at. This is what I do. You are moving things forward at a swift pace, but for you, you're comfortable with it because, again, it's part of your plan. You're like, no hesitation. So you're showing me no hesitation based on intelligence, gut instinct, and planning. So like I said, a lot of pieces of you, internal and external, match each other brilliantly. So whatever it is you're doing, yes, it's correct. And you feel it. You don't need me to tell you that. The Taurus I'm looking at, you literally don't need me to tell you what your business is. Your business is good, whatever it is. Okay? And over here, I got somebody who's like, no. That's all resistance. Now, boundaries is one thing, Seven of Wands, and I was having this talk with somebody else. But in this respect, it's not boundaries, it's no. It's just straight up resistance. And the repetition of it, Nine of Wands, this is someone who's always contrary to what you're doing, or they're just greatly opposed to what you're doing. They have some negative thoughts about what you're doing. They're not cooperating. They're angry. It's almost like it's blocking you or doesn't approve of what you do out of spite, or I don't know. It's like being obstinate for the sake of being obstinate. Make sense? Ornery for the sake of it. Pissed off for the sake of it. They have nothing else better to do than just be a direct opposition to you. I don't know, but that's a whole bunch of blockage. And Page of Cups right there at the middle. They don't approve of you or what you're doing of the heart. So I guess they mean it. I don't know how that helps you, and I don't know what all the fuss is about. I really don't. Let's jump on over here. Again, going back to you. The Magician, Six of Wands, that's where that little bit of cheek is coming from, but Temperance. You're like, this is what I want, and I'm making it happen. Some people can't stand to see other people succeed, honey. I don't know what to tell you. But I want you to keep going your own way. You are following the beat to your own particular drum, if you will. There's going to be a lot of people who don't like your tune. That's not your problem. You know, you're a Taurus, you're living life by your rules. You're consolidated towards it, internally, externally, and spiritually too. Like you almost look high, like a giddy sort of, I'm doing it. It's almost like that, you know? And I completely get that feeling. I'm doing it. Oh my God. It took me years, but I'm doing it. Oh my God. It's like that. You're so happy. You're giddy. And I got someone over here who's like, well, you don't have my approval. I don't think I need it. Sorry. You don't. Let me make that clear. You don't need that approval. You know what you're doing, and that's all that matters. There will always be oppositional forces. You can be positive, and then there will be positive and this and that and the other, and be someone like, well, here's this. What about that? That's coming from your negative space. It has nothing to do with me and what I'm doing. So thank you so much for your approval or disapproval. That doesn't stop me, nor should it. So I don't know what you're doing, honey. All I know is that you have been manifesting these pieces to fall into place for what looks like years. And now that you're achieving it, whatever that is, Thank you so much for sharing your opinion. I'm sure I appreciate that. That's really not going to stop me from what I'm doing, because this is my life. I've been planning for this. I'm intellectually prepared for it. I'm emotionally prepared for it. And I'm temperance towards it. And now that you're actually seeing things happen, set in motion for yourself, honey, I'm sorry, but you have a right to feel that giddy space. I know exactly what that feels like. It's like, oh my God, I'm doing this at long last. And you are. So I'm so happy. So if you haven't heard it from this person, or in the general sense, just let me tell you, I'm so happy for you. I'm proud of you. Congratulations to you. I don't know what you're... You know what, honey? If they're that hell-bent on disapproving of what you do, because I know what it's like just to meet opposition just for the sake of it, because someone's negative, someone's naturally sour. Okay. Well, there you go. That's it. Thank you for your opinion. Thank you for your 2 cents. I'm sure it's well meant. It just looks like blocking for the sake of it. Like, you will never get this person's approval, or at least on this particular subject. So once more, congratulations to you. And if you don't hear it enough, I'm so sorry. But you're a Taurus who knows what you're doing, and you have a very strong sense of self-worth. Good. Which means this person's disapproval should be affecting you about this much. When you know what your self-worth is, someone's such negative disposition, water off a duck's back. You know what I mean? Okay. I don't know why I'm saying them, other than just to give you a strong reflection of where you are and what you're doing. I'm sorry I can't pinpoint it, but it's almost like you've been waiting for these pieces to fall into place for a long time, with careful planning and exactitude, I must add. So, yeah, you deserve some joy, honey. You deserve some recognition. I can't fault you for that. When you literally are responsible for making your own dreams come true, it's just... Nah, and you start to see it happen, you start to see it unfold. No. There will always be opposition, always. And some people are just like that naturally. Don't let that stop you, nor should it. Why would you let something like this stop you? Huh? It's like, well, I'm sorry I met your limitations, they're not mine. Other people who want to impose the limitations or frustrations on others because they themselves can't do it or won't do it or wouldn't know where to begin, that's not your problem. Final word. Advice. Let's get some advice, please. I don't think you need it. You just keep on keeping on, honey. You just rock on. 10 of Cups, 6 of Wands, and the 3 of Wands. You're just so happy, and you're looking forward to it. You keep on. That's it. Whatever this is, and this is not useless waiting. You're showing me what looked like planned waiting. Execution, it took time. Whatever this is, took time for the elements to fall into place for you. And now that, like I said, there's a certain level of exactitude in here. I don't know what it is, but you would. But you're like, I'm on my way, baby. I'm on my way. And you are on your way. You're a Taurus that is literally on your way, not just out, but up. So this is where we would say up and out, because that's what you're doing. You're waiting to feel so good about this. So again, congratulations to you. And just to let you know, there's a 10 of Cups behind you. So that means more often than not, you are being met with approval, except you have one person's distinct disapproval. Jerk off. Okay, so I'm just saying, look, this is not the passive Scorpion Tarot. Check. No, we are not that. I have certain expressions that I feel sometimes summarize the situation. Yeah. I feel like that was an adequate summary. Yeah, that was an adequate summary. I think that was an adequate summary. Just know, honey, you got people behind your back. You do. You have people behind your back, and that's what matters, okay? And you seem to know this. And I'm sorry you're being clearly met with one person's opposition. But again, don't let other people's limitations be yours ever, because then we will never succeed, and we'll always fail our own sense of journey. You know, and who we are as people. Oh my God. And if someone's that disapproving of you, believe them. Believe them at face value. It's like, that's what you're showing me? I'm going to take you up on it. I believe you. Okay? Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Four. This is your day. This is your day. You're also showing me something about personal aspects here, something about relationship, and also larger scale life goal concepts. And again, you've been building into this sense, possibly for some of you, new relationship, others of you forging new pathways and contracts. And for earthbound energy being what it is, it wouldn't surprise me if it was a little bit of everything. Making major strides in career. For some of you, making major strides in what looks like could be a relationship construct. For some of you, it's both. Again, earthbound energy tends to put a lot into that pentacle. So for some of you, it's across the board. But as you see, green means go. You're good. I wish I could get more on this, but if you're a Taurus who's living it, you're in it, and you will know for yourself. Okay? Whatever that is, for some of you, it's slow building, allowing yourselves to build in and put new energy into a relationship. For others of you, it's meeting with personal sense of success and having the right level of support in your life to help propel you forward. But mostly just remember to give yourself credit. You drove all this, okay? You drove all this. Not once did it reflect your advice. Not once did it reflect on this negative energy. So, you know, like I said, take them at face value. Don't give them any of your time, energy, and effort. They're so hell-bent on not approving you. Okay. Some of you started making life-changing decisions, completing cycles, starting new ones. All right. Look at that drive, though. Look at that focus, drive, focus, intuition. That's you, baby. Ace of Pentacles right there. Some of you really are making a brand new beginning for yourself. And so therefore it would be hitting on several cylinders, yeah? Good job. Distance, retreat, time out. Listen to your intuition. You got space from whatever this is, and that's when I think you started listening to yourself better, didn't you? That would be my first guess. Okay. Gosh, I hate it when they're this vague. I would love to get more detail about what you're up to, but it seems to be comprehensive and it's applying to several of you at the same time. So it's in different respective areas of your life. But regardless, congratulations to you. I mean, I'm more inclined towards this one. I use these as I see fit simply because you don't always need the romantic stuff in some of these readings. But since I did see this softer, congratulations to some of you for separation, if that's what we're looking at today. Okay. And you have decided to make a new go of it in all areas of your life. You got distance from the situation. You're able to listen to yourself, finalizing, driving it forward. And then you want to be driven to the next place where you have chemistry. Something magnetic is here. Right there. Okay. I think we got it. But also there's a separation here due to, for some of you, lack of chemistry. Absolutely. Trust issues as well. Trust that you're moving forward at the right way, at the right time, at the right pace for you. Absolutely. Trust the process. Yeah? All right. We have the letter A. We have the letter P. We have the busy bee in reverse and upside down. Yep, we're not going to give any more time, energy, and effort to something or somebody. And then we have the medallion of Leo. Some of you might have some very prominent Leo in your chart and could be connecting to one past or future. All right, Taurus, honey, congratulations to you. Put in the comments. I hope this helped you. Although, as far as I'm looking at, you may not have too much time to look at this, but regardless, I hope it helped. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on for Virgo? Show me Virgo and their person, please. Show me Virgo and their person, please. We're going to start with your side of the board. We're going to explain the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. The Star, the Knights of Pentacles, and Strength. Oh, dear universe, give me strength to stay on this path. That's a pretty hard ask for you right now. Why are you finding it so hard to stay on your particular path? You continue to head in that direction, don't get me wrong, but it's taking you a lot of strength to reinforce that you want this and that it means a lot to you. Okay, let's get back to that. Four of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and the Knights of Cups. Okay. Four of Wands, Ten of Cups and the Page of Cups. Okay, overview, King of Wands. You're lit up. You're not to be deterred. Some of you might have some very strong Leo in your chart, by the way. Not really the point, but I just wanted to go ahead and point that out since it's here. King of Wands, yeah, I mean, you're showing me a sense of fiery dictation. This is my ambition. This is my drive. This is where I'm supposed to be. Why is it taking you so much strength, though, to stay on the path? To still desire this, by the way. A star, hope, long-term dream, desire, goal, wish fulfillment, but at a very high level. That which you would navigate your life by, the star. So it's kind of a big deal, right? Knights of Pentacles, you're like, I've been heading in this direction, and I'm going to continue to head in this direction. Okay. The strength, Lord help me, I need the strength. Why do you need strength to stay on this path if it means so much to you? Or are you showing me I need strength for this to continue to mean so much to me? Because you want to believe in it. You do. Four of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Knights of Cups. You know, someone's stubborn here, but they're insisting that they can heal the wounds with you, particularly their emotionality, that they can be softer to you, kinder to you, more loving to you. They're saying they can do this, that they want to do this. They're almost stubborn about it. Okay. So I get that. You know, proof, as always, is in the pudding. So, as someone who is saying, I can heal this, it's not just about me holding on to it. I actively want to heal this. I actively want to soften my heart towards you. I actively want to present to you good emotions that are healthy and positive and loving. Okay? I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you more love. I'm going to show you more romance. I'm going to show you more that I care, whatever it is. Okay? I'm glad that they're sticking to that. Make sure it happens. You either feel loved and secure in that or you don't. That's it. That's all there is to it. But I'm happy to see that they're trying. Yes. Four of Wands, Ten of Cups, Page of Cups. It's looking like the both of you are agreeing to keep your love open towards this relationship. Okay? We're going to continue to try. And you've already set your kind of energetic motion towards it. Not just the physical, but you want to. King of Wands, and that's admirable. I'm happy for you. Just be aware. You're showing me I need strength to believe this too. All right? You're giving this a fair shot. Can't say that you're not. You are. Okay? But this person's kind of showing me a promise to be kinder, more loving, or more appreciative, or more caring. You want to believe them. You do. Four of Wands, Ten of Cups, Page of Cups. For now, I see you two keeping the best of yourselves open towards each other. There's a relationship here, bare minimum, one of emotional balance, or has been for some time. You two have been in each other's lives for a while with that Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands. In each other's lives emotionally at every level. I mean, we're talking mixed, you know, each other's families and friends. So this is not a casual connection. There's a strong sense of this is where my heart would prefer to be. So let's try to remember that, the both of us. Okay? All right. Okay. You're saying, I think you're showing me strength because you really want to believe it. I do. And so far, they're going to give you evidence. Okay? And the both of you will continue to be persons of emotional significance in each other's lives. No matter what your relationship is, married, not married, I don't care about any of that. The point is, what are you two putting into it that you should be agreeing upon? Okay? And that it works and is healthy for the both of you. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. All right, let's get some advice, please. There's that Ten of Cups again, Ten of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. The truth is, things got really, really hard between you two. That's what we're talking about. So you both showed that you share this. Excuse me, I'm very tired now. You both have showed me that this is important to you and that you share this, the Ten of Cups, and it got really difficult, Ten of Wands, and you both know it. It might have gotten to the point of what you might call a breaking truth. And that does happen in these things. Absolutely. But you're both showing me that you're in each other's lives. and that you take that seriously, regardless of the legalities of it. You're saying what you both are connected to stretches far and wide, okay? But it might have gotten to what you might call a breaking point. Okay? The truth remains the same. If it means something to you both still, you will continue to work through it. If it doesn't, one of you will know sooner rather than later. Okay? There you go. Look, I appreciate a good old Knight of Cups as much as anybody, but the soft words don't mean stuff. Well, you know what I was going to say. Don't mean too much if they aren't backed up. So I'm glad that someone's softening up and they are remembering to show more love and care for you, because apparently this is what you needed, and that's why you're showing me I still want to believe in this, because that means you're seeing proof of it. Good. Return it, the flow. Don't overgive, and make sure you continue to receive what you need, okay? Any more advice, please? And like I said, I appreciate good old Knight of Cups as much as anybody. Little softness, a little bit more vulnerability, a little bit more romance, a little bit more just, frankly, emotional care. You know, it's not that I care about you, I love you too. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Okay, there we go. That's what we're talking about. Need a little bit more of the TLC these days, but active. It needs to be active, okay? We're not forcing a smile on our face. We actually have one, all right? That kind of thing. A little bit more softness there, a little bit more appreciation for the love. Communicating one's feelings better, I see. Yeah, showing one's emotions more and expressing them too. That can go a long way. A little bit can go a long way. Absolutely. Okay. May they continue on in that way. All right? And you in return. But you know that. We're giving this relationship a chance. We're keeping an open mind here. And we're still trying to attract each other emotionally. All right? Very good. So far, so good. I don't think we need too many of these. I think your reading really speaks for itself. But I called these the woe is me oracles. Very rarely is it present day appreciation of one's feelings. It's almost always hindsight. That's why I call it the woe is me oracles. There are two together that I use sometimes. You are beautiful. See, now that's present day. Now that's present day. That's actually nice when somebody's in tune with their feelings in the moment instead of, I should have said that 5 years ago. You are beautiful. See, a little bit of appreciation there. And it's not just about physical beauty. It's really appreciating someone's beauty and saying it. You know, I love you for the way you are. You're beautiful to me. You're beautiful where it counts. You're the whole thing. Isn't that lovely? That's present oriented. That's not the past, that's present. Some part of me knew, I feel you leaving me behind. Somebody felt like the other person was being neglected, being left behind, and they knew it. But it wasn't until they were called out on it that they started to take it seriously, and that happens quite a bit, and that's what the whole point of communication is to not let things go too far when they start to go too far. Yeah? All right. I think that's fair. Point is that they're doing something about it now. All right? We have the letter X. We have the medallion of you, actually. Virgo, it's in the reverse, the keyword here being practical. We also have the medallion of Cancer. You might have some Cancer in your chart as well. Could be connecting to one. We have the little spatula here. You know, typically I say that's somebody's hobby or profession. I really feel like for somebody, their interpretation of TLC is home cooking. Like, you never cook for me anymore, or you never make that special thing for me anymore, something like that. Oh, food is absolutely a love language. You bet your ass it is. Oh yeah, absolutely. The snowflake time of winter could be of a space of significance for some of you. Others of you, the transformative effect. Others of you, the uniqueness that is the snowflake pattern. Also, a Scorpio season, okay? And then we have the butterfly, time for transformation. All right, very good. Virgo, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Capricorn in their person, please. Show me Capricorn. In their person. Show me Capricorn. Okay. going to start with your side of the board. But as I explained in that intro, reverse energies as you see fit. Queen of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. Okay. Tower, Page of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. Eight of Cups. Okay. All right. It's looking like these days you're trying to keep yourself emotionally distant. You're not available, or you're trying to shut feeling down. Because you're showing me a heavy, heavy focus on this is reality and this is what matters. And it might even feel cold, a little bit disconnected from their feelings, and that would make sense then. Your Eight of Cups is in the opening. It looks like you're trying to keep yourself emotionally distant from someone on purpose, but I think you've done an emotional withdrawal from somebody. I don't know about full physical, but emotional withdrawal from somebody. Queen of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. That is literally the definition of I need to take more time for me. And it's delivered in such a way that is intellectual, that it is based in experience, it is based in self-worth. I'm not going to argue those points. But it's done so in such a way that's a little bit, I need space. I need to be left alone. So like I said, it's a little cold, it's a little disconnected. It's not like a slight on you. It's a reflection of what's in the cards. And I think if you are indeed trying to get emotional distance between yourself and someone, you would indeed adopt that kind of frame. Makes sense, right? I don't know if you've completely physically broken from this. It looks like it might be imminent. If that's what you want, then it's possible, yes. And that may not be what you want so much as what you conclude. The Capricorn I'm looking here, you're kind of a heavy concluder here. All right, and I don't blame you for that. I actually respect you for that. Sometimes we have to go by conclusions. Okay. Evidence. Logical thinking. Action, reaction. I think what you're trying to do is withdraw from this to make it easier on you and possibly them, to be honest. And up until a point, you haven't made up your mind until you have. Kind of like that. You know what I mean? Like when you make up your mind, you will have known that you made up your mind. There won't be too much confusion about it. But it starts with the emotional distancing first. And then an insistence on focusing of the self. Over here, King of Pentacles. Could be connecting to a fellow earth sign. Okay, it's up to you. But someone who also says, I'm practical and reliable. Queen of Wands, Eight of Swords. There's something here that they're trying to ignore. Trying to ignore. They don't want to see. They don't want to see. They don't want to see. You know. So it's almost like they're not taking heed or not taking warning to the situation. So on the surface, they might agree with you. Well, it is the practical thing to do. Take some time off or to get some separation. They're kind of ignoring the bigger issue here or what might be at play. Eight of Swords. I think you said you need to take some time to yourself, get some distance, and I think they're playing along. But I don't think they actually want to see either what's going on. So like I said, I think on the surface they agreed with you. But they're not nearly so positive or feeling positive as they might seem to be. It's just kind of a reflection of what their hope is true, but ignoring the bigger issue. The Tower, Page of Cups, Five of Pentacles, you know, there's a strong realization in here for somebody. Once the love is lost, it's broken. I don't think it's come through just yet. Like I said, I see the emotional disconnect first and the physical second. Okay? So this will either be yours or it's not. That tower's going to either claim the last of someone's heart space or it's not. And by that I mean the realization there isn't much love here. And therefore the breakage is going to ensue. Guys, I can only predict so much weather, right? But we also know how famously the weatherman's wrong. Weather's unpredictable, ultimately. As much as we can predict it, it's still unpredictable. Energy's not too dissimilar. What I read today may not be true for you at all, or it could be true for you, but maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe in a month. Point is, tarot doesn't dictate action, you do. Sagittarius, the proof of choice, not the absence of it. I'm looking at a Capricorn who is emotionally distancing themselves first. They are aware of it. The person whom they communicated that to agrees on the surface, but isn't looking at it too deeply. And then also, with the realization there isn't much love here, that's Five of Pentacles. All right? And I have to agree with you. You cannot work with what you do not have. And the fact that you felt the need to distance from this at all, and that you were able to shut down emotionally towards it, tells me there wasn't too much love here to shut down on. Okay? So I'd rather you know the truth than be in denial about it. All right? And I'd rather you act in accordance to what you know than to do the opposite of it. It's honest. It might be cold, and it may not be what other people want to hear, but it's honest. That's all we can do, is be honest. And if we don't, we make things go on and on unnecessarily when we don't have to, and we shouldn't. We delay our own sense of new beginnings because we're too afraid to be honest. You know, we delay someone else's sense of new beginning because we're too afraid to let them go, even though we don't want them. You know what I mean? It's better that you be honest than to pretend otherwise. You know? Because we're not doing anybody a favor, least of all ourselves. So, even if it looks like it's cold and shut down, at least it's honest. You know? Seven of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Two of Wands. For now, you have foregone the decision to work through this. Yeah. Like I said, I've caught you in between emotionally detaching and physically doing the thing. I know that's where I got the Capricorn I'm looking at right now. Right now, we have declined any more offers on literally working through this. But you know you have a decision to make, okay? Page of Wands, Ten of Wands, the Moon. Right now, you're literally in the process of sorting this stuff out. And it's hard for you to look at these things, but nonetheless, you need to look at them. Okay, Page of Wands, Ten of Wands, and the Moon. I know. There's some... It's like the more I delay, the harder this is going to get. I completely agree with you. So right now, I got you in between being emotionally distant and you concentrating on you and having made the decision. And that would explain why this person's acting like they can't see it, or that they're going along with it and they kind of believe everything will be okay, but not really. Yeah. Okay. So the sooner you know, the sooner you can do what you need to do. I'm not here for the backstory, guys. You didn't show me that. Perhaps there wasn't much love in this connection. And if there was, it's not here now. Okay? Yes, it will hurt. That's what happens when we, assume the responsibility of the Five of Pentacles. It hurts. But like I said, it's honest. I'd rather be honest with somebody than to keep them going thinking, yeah, there's something still here when there isn't. That's just not fair. It's cruel. Well, how's that song go? You have to be cruel to be kind. There is some truth to that. You know? There is some truth to that. A couple more thoughts. King of Swords. King of Wands, the Hanged Man. Yeah, right now you're currently in delay. But that's because you're thinking about it deeply. How you think about it and how you actually feel about it. You're giving it perspective now as we speak. Okay, so I caught you in that interim. I just wanted to make sure I understood the spacing. All right. Abundance is near. You have to have the courage to change, nurture, and compassion. Yeah. There's something here about there's more for you. Whatever that is to you, there's more for you. But it requires change, and that means being kind to yourself and doing the right things and understanding what your self-worth is. And in that respect, you understand what their worth is too. You know, you're not playing on feelings that aren't there, and you're not trying to twist things up. that means you're being kind to them, even if it hurts. You know, like I said, sometimes we have to be cruel to be kind. And it's honest. And you can't, you know, a lot of people watch tarot because the person whom they're connected with, or my favorite phrase, dealing with, can't give them the basic king courtesy of being kind by telling the truth. And that's why a lot of people get stuck watching tarot. We think we're saving the other person from negative feelings and the truth. On the contrary, you're saving somebody from the truth and therefore the ability to get on with their life. So on the offset, I did see you look cold and shut down and emotionally detached. It was for a good reason. You know this isn't right for you, so you're not going to try to keep it. I think that's good. It has to be. And it frees you up. You know it's the right thing. Oh, not that. Not that. Maybe in here. Past life relationships. Some of you have been with this person for so long you feel obligated, even if you don't believe in the past life stuff, and I understand if you don't. But it feels like we feel obligated to this, you know? And we don't want to create any more karma by being in debt to it. Something like this. Where you feel like you've been through this situation before regarding separation. Okay? Perhaps you two have come together, broken apart, and you just don't want to keep doing this anymore. Perhaps now we know it's over. Perhaps we feel we're satisfied with whatever karmic wound, if you believe in that, is done now. That you know the right thing to do in this situation is separation. And knowing someone for a long time doesn't excuse us from the truth. In fact, it obligates us even more. Okay. We have the letter A. We have the medallion of Libra. So we want some very strong Libra in your chart. Could be connecting to one. We have the small dog medallion. We're talking small dog, companionable, like terrier, Yorkie, Chihuahua, that kind of thing. And then we have the snowflake once more. Someone else just got that. Could be the time of Scorpio now, or time of winter, a little further out. Time of transformation, or is that sense of coldness and being shut down. I understand. Capricorn, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Scorpio in that person, please. Show me Scorpio. I don't know why I just heard, now that we found love, was that Heavy D and the Boys? Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. Oh, man. Talk about a blast from the past. Where'd that come from? Wow. I love that. What's going on? Show me Scorpio, please. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, you know. But like I said in the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. Strength, 5 of Wands, 2 of Cups. Okay. Okay. The Knights of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Tower. The way that just went down. Okay, down. What? Wow. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, I see. Okay. Judgment, the Fool. Wow, someone's really opening up here. Okay. Overview, King of Pentacles. Practicality, stability, I see this for you all the time, it seems, these days, which is cool. It's fine with me. That's good energy to have. It says, I'm a provider, I'm a leader, I'm stable, I take care of business, me and mine are good, I'm nurturing, I'm caring, I'm loving, but I show it through action, right? I provide for me and mine, right? Like I said, all the good stuff. Very nurturing, reliable, steady, cool, love it. And knowing one's worth, etc. Now, over here, I look at you closely, Strength, 5 of Wands, 2 of Cups. That's literally saying, I will not fight. I will not fight. I won't do it. I will not participate in an argument because I love you. It was really straightforward. It was very powerful in that respect of it hit very fast. Strength, 5 of Wands, 2 of Cups. I will not fight you. I will hold my ground, but I will not fight you. But I love you. You're showing me a calmness and reflection to your feelings for someone else. That you won't argue. that you will be calm. It's steadfast. You're showing up for them. You won't fight them, but you're showing up for them because you care about them, because you love them. I don't know. But you just showed me a lot of strength to suppress any need to argue with this, and that you are doing your best to keep the love at the forefront of it. I love you or I care about you. I love you or I care about you. I won't fight. That's it. So you showed up powerfully for a union that you say is important to you. But you also said, I will not fight. You're showing up for them, though. I don't know how, under what capacity. I have no idea. King of Pentacles here, when you say you show up, you show up. That's it. But bare minimum will take it as a caring capacity. But no arguments. You won't do it. All right, Knight of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Tower. Wow, somebody's world kind of imploded, exploded. I don't know what happened. It took a long time, though. Knight of Pentacles, the Hierophant, that's a lot of earth energy here today. And then the Tower, boom. I don't know. But you're showing me I'm showing up because I care about you and I love you. But you're not part of the fight, or you refuse to be part of a fight or an issue. Something like that. I don't know how to explain it, or you're not going to throw your particular gasoline onto the fire. Like, you won't do it. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But you are saying I still care about this, and that's why I'm showing up for it. So Knights of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Tower. This is someone whom you know and you care about, and they're undergoing some massive changes. None of them are easy. Spiritual, bare minimum with the Hierophant and the Tower. There are some very large spiritual changes. They're kind of a wallop. But it was so slow to arrive. You may not have known about it. You may have no reason to expect it. Because it kind of does come in as crashing in, not necessarily to mess up your life, but because their life is a little messed up and or disjointed. I'm not saying they're a train wreck. What I'm saying is that they've undergone something difficult. And I believe that's why you're showing up for them. And you're not going to jump into the arena. You're not taking sides. You have no dog in this fight. I don't think. I don't think you do. Let's just say you're not trying to make things worse by jumping on their ass or getting on their case. That's all I know. Because you're like, it's because I care about you. I love you. But I'm not going to... It's not like you're angry at them for showing up your door. It's something about I'm not going to put my weight in there. It's not my place. Something like that. It's wild. Anyway, I don't know what happened for the money, but something in the world in regards to commitment, the higher self has been changed radically. In other words, what they believed is no longer true. Something they stood by for themselves or for something else is no longer true. A commitment for themselves is no longer true. I don't know. But bare minimum, that's a radical change in beliefs. But it could also reflect externally in the outer world. They went through some stuff. They went through some stuff. And you're like, I'm not trying to add to it. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, Judgment, the Fool. There is something in this wherein you two, okay, yourself and whomever this is, are making a judgment call for an opportunity, opening up towards it. It's hard to tell with judgment there. It's a lesson on both sides that affects you both about engaging and giving and being open towards and willing to take a chance. A gift, an opportunity that's happening, and someone's willingness to be open towards it and not shut it down. For someone to be open and to believe, and for someone to exercise a sense of new beginning. Okay? In between is big old judgment in between these things. So I know this affects you both. Using good judgment about lessons learned and understanding divine timing when things are right, things to be offered, things to take a risk on. You're knowing how to appreciate the difference between the authentic offer and authentically opening up. At first, your reaction to this is I'm not adding fuel to the fire, but I care. No fight, no argument. They're like, great, because shit's already hard enough for me as it is. I don't know. It seems to be personal to them. And you just don't want to seem to add to the grief or take sides, I don't know. But it does represent an opportunity for you both to exercise the full properties of new beginnings, taking a chance, leap of faith, suspending judgments about preconceived notions. Real opportunities and the timing to appreciate those and make good on them while you can. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot going on in there. In other words, I don't know what the hell you're doing or what the hell you're doing. But you both, here's the thing, you both feel it enormously. The wealth of that opportunity in that moment, in that time, in that space. So, it represents a new beginning for you both. Possibly. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. Goodness me, what a read. What a reading. You're like, well, it's my birthday season, so. The bigger, the better, okay? Wow. I like your reaction, though, is admirable. You, and I don't know where you're coming from, but I just know that you're like, I refuse to make things worse or harder. I'm showing up because I care, because I love you. Something like that. Ten of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles. There you are again. High levels. Ten of Cups is behind you, so you have a lot of support behind you. People who love you, care about you, family, friends, this kind of thing. Kids, the whole thing. You're very practical here, and you always try to put family forward and do what's in their best interests. And you're like, I don't know what to do with this necessarily. So there's the element of confusion coming from someone who otherwise prides themselves on knowing what they're doing and why they're doing it, what their motivation is, and why they have remained such a good practical provider in this sense. And then you're like, I don't know what to do with this one. And okay, that's fair. How do I react to this? And there it is again. Okay. There's Strength again. Six of Wands is in reverse. No ego or pride is involved in this. Real constructive. Three of Pentacles for me. Six of Wands is in reverse. Three of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. There it is. The offer to work through, companion, listen, cooperation, help. The architect of something. It begins here in small ways. It may not seem like a big deal at the time, but it can mean everything. That particular sense of being open towards it when the timing is right. A chance to constructively help someone, influence their life, or influence each other's lives, and start from the ground up. Clean slate. You don't know what to do with it at first. So you kind of come up with, I believe, the simplest thing you can do. Let's start here. If someone authentically offers this, then you will authentically accept it. And just kind of start from the beginning. Nothing too crazy. It's interesting. You're showing me that you love and care about this. But there is a real world objective to connect to this, and where both people can benefit from it and start building something together. Could be work. It doesn't feel like that. Because there was something here about no ego on the table. No ego, no sense of pride, no sense of being seen. It's not to feed someone's sense of... It's just not to feed their ego in the worst way, you know. Don't get me wrong, Six of Wands has its pros too. But in this respect, it's not about being seen or visibility or feeding someone's ego and recognition. It's about putting something real on the table and working through it, offering some good stuff there. It's a good time to open up towards it, whatever it is. Okay? It's a chance for a beginning here. Whatever it is you two make of that. Okay. Counsel and therapy, a lot of conversation in this. For some of you, you might be going into, perhaps that's some of your professions, vocation. Some of you might have been in therapy for a while, perhaps them. A lot of talk regardless. There it is again, the unexpected storm. There's that Tower energy. By winter. There it is. An apology. That must have been a powerful apology. Damn. No wonder you were like, I'm not, okay. Okay. No wonder you weren't trying to argue or defend yourself. Okay. You recognize this as something, as some sort of white flag. You recognize it as an apology because you didn't throw your weight into that arena at all. You said they mean something to you. And there's a storm here. There it is. For some of you, by winter, an apology, unexpected, and allows us to clear the grounds with this person. It has nothing to do with ego or pride. But it's a sense of the timing isn't right. You can open up towards this. And a lesson to someone else about offering something authentic. A gesture, a sense of goodwill. I'm not sure. Okay. Ooh. Oh my. Okay. Oh boy. This is what I call the shoulda, coulda, woulda decks. Most of these are hindsight 2020. That's why they're not my favorite, but they can be helpful because of that past perspective, but very rarely is it present, I find. That's why I call it the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I support your path. I want to support your path. I have a demonstration, a show of how I support you. Okay, there's yours. Sometimes I didn't know what to do, and I am so proud of you. Okay. Aw. I didn't know what to do, but I am so proud of you, and I support what you do. I am learning so much from you, and I'm starting to understand our connection. Very good. Okay, I'm going to skip those. I don't know why, but the romance doesn't feel right. Don't get me wrong, you love this, you care about it, but there's something here about clean slate energy and just cooperation for right now. I don't want to push it. It doesn't feel right. I know you're like, do it. No, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. There's something about this goes beyond a sense of romantic gestures and intimacy. Okay, no letters today. We have the Great White Shark in the upright. That's you, darling. And then also the time now of Scorpio. And then we have the Crab in reverse. Mixed emotions, not being in tune with what we feel. It's hard to be open. The hot air balloon is in reverse. It was very hard to get perspective on this particular issue. Okay. The big star is in reverse. This was not someone's dream, hope, or wish. And then the lotus flower, once more, an indication of you. Okay. All right, Scorpio, honey. And then also feeling like it's safe to unfold to this, maybe. There's that as well. You don't really appreciate the beauty of the lotus flower until it unfolds, right? All right, Scorpio, honey, I do hope this helped you. This was very interesting. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? What's going on for Pisces? Show me Pisces, please. Show me Pisces and their person. Excuse me. Pisces and their person. Okay. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. As I explained in that intro, reverse them as you see fit. 3 of Cups, Judgment, the Fool. Oh, yes. 8 of Wands, 2 of Wands, the 9 of Cups. All right, cool. 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. Okay. The 2 of Swords is in your overview in terms of, I don't know what to think of this. Okay. And you conclude you don't know, but you're going to open up towards the feeling. So here we have the mind trying to shut a particular line of conversation down. And there's just an admission here of everything you can't see and you don't know. You don't have all the details. And that's when you're showing me, you know what? Get in the absence of that, leap of faith. Okay, 3 Cups, Judgment, the Fool. That is almost a working definition of a leap of faith, but you mean it, and it's coming from a place of emotionality. You're hoping that you use good judgment. But it's almost like you're saying, I have a good feeling about this. I want something to come together. I'm going to trust my spirit on this one. I'm going to trust my heart on this one. I'm just going to open up and take a chance on this. You're going to connect or reconnect, and it feels good, and you're trying to suspend judgment of it, specifically yourself, about why you want this, because you can't quite understand it. You can't quite see it. But you don't want your mind to take over the feeling either. So at least you're honest about that. I appreciate that. You're saying the feeling in you is real and raw, as authentic as anything. So, to heck with it as you don't know. Your mind will just talk you out of it anyway. You'd rather go with what you feel. All right, I understand. And respect. 8 of Wands, 2 of Wands, and 9 of Cups. You know, someone's open. Someone's open to talking. I see communication coming. Decisions made, and they're happy that they did. They want to as well. So you're both showing me certain levels of desire and self-wish, and this is where I want to be. And I'm saying it. I'm owning it. I'm connecting to it. You're making choices. They're making choices that indicate that you're choosing to connect with each other. And it's interesting because theirs is very immediate. This is what I'm doing now. Yours is kind of like, this is kind of a big deal to me, but I just want to keep open towards it. I don't want to overthink it. So some of you have a tendency to overthink. And I really see you leaning into what you feel. Theirs is really simple, straightforward. I want to talk. I want to communicate. I want to do something. And it feels good to them with the 9 of Cups. Okay, so far you two are in sync. You both seem to want the same thing. 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, Knight of Cups. You know, it's really hard, because that's a lot of individual energy right there, the 9 and 9. It's really hard for one, but most likely the both of you, to open up. Are you both independent people? I believe so, with the 9 of Pentacles. Do you both have like a respect of self? Absolutely. But it's hard for one of you, maybe both of you, to be vulnerable sometimes with the Knight of Cups, and someone's working on it. They're working on it. Someone's getting their feet a little bit more adjusted to stepping in that direction of vulnerability. It's hard. It's really, really hard. Someone's tempted to not show emotional vulnerability, but there seems to be an understanding there that if I don't, then I perpetuate the problem. And I don't want to keep doing that. Right? It's hard. It's hard, especially when you're that person of independence. And maybe it's hard to open up and express oneself. And it's hard to allow emotional investment to take place, therefore trust. And someone's tempted to clam up. But they're trying to do this. They're really trying to do this. And I think part of you suspects this intuitively. Otherwise, I think you would have given into that 2 of Swords. I don't know. So probably not. But I see you giving into the feeling of positivity and hope. And you're like, you know what? This is my choice here with judgment. I'm going to do this because it feels right. And they are expressing themselves. The vulnerability piece, though, that is implied with the Knight of Cups, such as romanticism and expressions of love, it's a little harder. We can have a conversation here, and it can sound joyous, and I know it makes them feel good. But somebody here, when it comes to the softer side, that's where they clam up a little bit. All right, let's get some advice, please. But I like how you're going with your instinct, and that makes me feel good. That makes me feel good. Yeah? Let's get some advice. Let's get some advice, please, for Pisces. The Nine of Pentacles here again, Two of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. And that's what's been on your mind, too. How to connect with this, and do I want to? How do I connect with this, and do I want to? All right. Okay. Your back and forth has been real in the subject, and you're an experienced Pisces. You're not just all about your feels, which I respect that as a water sign. You can't just be all about your feels. Reality has to take shape as well. So I can tell that you're a Pisces. You've been around the block. You know who you are as a person. And in the absence of knowing, you are defaulting to, I feel like I can give this a shot. I don't know everything, but I don't want to discount this experience either. There could be something here. It's like you're saying, I'm not stupid. I'm experienced with this one. I don't know how else to put that. But I'd rather connect to it and find out than not try at all. And I suppose at the end of the day, that's all any of us can do. You know? You could have given in that Two of Swords. For some of you, you're actually quite experienced in the real world. You have a healthy dose of cynicism, and there is such a thing as healthy cynicism. Oh yeah, absolutely. And an appreciation for real world realities and frustrations that you've experienced with this before. That's what experience is. That's what Nine of Pentacles is. You know who you are as a person, what you've experienced that has lended to your sense of security. You're saying you know what you've experienced with this, and you understand in some way that it's hard for them to open up. You know that. But you still want to try to connect to it. Who knows? Maybe they'll dial it in this time, huh? Or if anything, show progress. There's that Nine of Cups again. That's what I'm saying. This person knows it's hard for them to be emotionally present. They know that despite the joy that they feel, Eight of Cups, sometimes they disconnect from the intimate experience. In the Three of Wands, they watch themselves do it, and they don't know, they're not always in tune with it, and they know that. They know this. They know they're not always in tune with it, despite the fact they're talking to you, connecting to you, and it makes them happy. It's like they lose sight of the expression of it, and they just take the feelings for granted and forgetting to express it to you, that it's important for my person I'm connecting with to hear these things from me, not just for me to personally enjoy it, but I got to express it too. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Okay. I think that's why, honey. I think you know this person really well. It's not that they don't have feeling for you. It's just they struggle to express it. You seem to know this. You seem to know this. But then be a good example, right? Be a good example. Set the tone. If you know that whoever it is you're connecting with, a partner, whatever, and they struggle with a certain area, lead by example. You know? Sometimes it's hard for me to say certain things. And I feel like this is how you experience it too, right? Can you talk to me about that? What do you feel? Is it similar? Something like that. Lead by example. Okay? And that might help. Some of you feel like this is destined, maybe a soulmate type situation. Awesome. Now, whilst we are in fall. Well, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, vivid, and for others of you, then, when your next fall rolls around, vivid dreams. Some of you had a feeling, a fantasy, a dream, or a vision that communication would be coming on through. Okay? It's here, or it will be soon. Let's pull from the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I don't use these too much, these oracles, because most of them are hindsight reflection. Not the biggest fan of that. They're not very present. Some are, but most aren't. But in this kind of sense of reminiscence and someone struggling to use their words, I think this would be a good choice. The sense and blinking lights are me. Okay. Whatever it is that you associate with that person. I will show you some, I was ready to say, the signs and synchronicities. Excuse me. There's so many S's in the spiritual arts. And the old list there. It can be fun. Yes, I know how to pronounce the word. That's not how lists work. It's getting them out of your mouth. I will show you some signs and synchronicities, okay, that we associate with this person that kind of gives you that warm-up feeling that something's coming through. Okay. Oh. I replay our conversations past over and over again, and I'm going through my life review. See, the influence is still there. We're learning things. I love you is at the bottom. Okay. Very good. We have the medallion of Gemini, but it's in the reverse. The keyword here being intelligent. One of you might be a very smart cookie. We have the spatula, somebody's hobby, profession, someone enjoys cooking. And then we have the medallion of you. Yeah. In reverse, I would say we're not harmonized yet. We're not harmonized yet. I had to look down. I was like, wait a minute. Am I looking at Pisces? Yeah, no, we're not harmonized with this yet. And you're still harmonizing with yourself about what this means to you, and should you give in to the Two of Swords, or should you go with your instinct on this one? Okay, you're still getting in sync with you. And then we have the zombie in the upright, that drudgery, that sense of things aren't changing, or the day in, day out, not feeling too much energies. It finally kind of got on this person, all right? And then we have the bull, sign of Taurus. Okay, Pisces, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on for Cancer? Show me Cancer and their person. Show me Cancer and their person, please. Show me Cancer. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. Let's explain that intro, reverse energies, as you see fit. Ace of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Five of Cups. Okay. Strength, Four of Wands, the Emperor. Okay. Nine of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune, much time has passed between you and this person. Look, I like your energy a lot. I think it's very respectable about where it's coming from. I do. Ace of Pentacles, the Hermit, Five of Cups. It's like saying I'm hurt, but I'm still willing to make a go of this. And it's very honest of you. It's softer. I would like to see more softness from the person you're attached to. Now, I'm not saying that they don't love you. I'm not saying that they're not a good person. What I'm saying is I would like to see them soften the heck up. Okay, because confidence and reassurance like that can only take you so far, when sometimes you just need a little extra TLC. So, backing up, like I said, you're obviously the Wheel of Fortune. Much time has passed, and there's a lot of reflection here. A lot. There's a lot to work with between you and this person in terms of time, energy, effort. Relationship here is right at the heart of the reading. Four of Wands, it could be commitment. It's a lot of energy in here, knowing each other very, very well. Ace of Pentacles, Hermit, Five of Cups. And you're saying, your biggest hurts of the past are from the person that you're with, and a lot of them have been unresolved. There's disappointments here in terms of the investment and how far it could have gone and what it means to you, and does it mean the same to them, and do they appreciate how much you've put on the line and how much work you've put into this, and it's kind of like you're saying, I've given this connection the best years of my life, my best working years, my best insights, my best reflections, my best journey energy, because life is a journey here with the Hermit. You're like, the best of everything I have to offer. And you're like, I would still give it to this situation. I would, but you're still hurt. Five of Cups. And that makes me sad, because I know what it's like to put the best of realistic time, energy, and efforts forward and build into something. And you want someone to appreciate that work, right? And you're still in want. You're still a little bit of want. So that upsets me a little bit, okay? Because you've given so much. There's so much richness attached to you in terms of time, energy, effort. No matter what it's done. No matter where that road is taking you, highs and lows, you've always tried to give the best of yourself to this. Admirable. But you're still disappointed. And it hurts. Whatever has caused your upset of the past, you're working on it, you are working on it. It's not that you neglect it or you think it's just this person's responsibility to heal your old wounds. Again, they're not. Just a little bit more appreciation. I think I would like to see for you. Instead of this, be strong. We'll carry this commitment out. And that has its place. It's just, I just don't want you to think it's only on you to heal. That's all. You know? You've contributed a lot to this connection too, not just a strong, we're going to be strong attitude, which I respect, but I'd like to see a little bit more softness and consideration for you and how far you have helped carry this connection. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and take a guess. You're that person who's raised the white flag. You've always known when to say, or sorry first, or stop driving the point home, or have a gentler approach, aside from your years of contribution. Here we have strength in the Emperor. Wow, that's a lot of fire. Specifically, Leo and Aries may or may not be, but I'm just saying that's a lot of strong sense of will, determination, and empowerment. When it's great, it's great. You know, it's like, here we go. This is what we're going to do. Just full steam ahead. No stopping no stopping us. No stopping us. We're going to continue to move in this direction, not because I say so, but because it's what we want. So there is a we here. Four of Wands. It's just a lot of forceful energy coming from this person. And I bet that when it's time to raise the morale, it's greatly needed. When somebody needs that strength of will to get that fire out there and to get things done, and it's like, oh, I'm in charge. Okay, that has its place. It's just all the time. It's all strength and intensity and willpower all the time. I don't know. I guess it can be a little, I'm looking for something a little softer. Because don't get me wrong, leadership like that is strength of will. It's sexy in its own way, absolutely. But it's also like, tone it down a little bit and just hang out in a King of Cups energy or a King of Pentacles, something a little bit more nurturing, a little softer, a little more loving. So I respect a leader. It's just, you're not married to a leader, right? You're trying to be married to or committed to a partner, even if marriage isn't involved. You want a partner there. And when you want a partner, you're not supposed to look up at them unless they're tall. That's the only reason you want to look up at them is because they're literally tall, not because they're your leader. But so I just kind of wish they would soften up a little more because, honey, you need a little more TLC. And it's not just you and I got to resolve my own negative feelings. And no. I'm sure that they're a strength of will and a force to be reckoned with. Absolutely. It's just, I don't know, dial it down. Remember, you're talking to your partner, not a boss, I guess. Nine of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Two of Cups. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You, honey, there's stress in you. There's real anxiety in you. There's real upset in you about breakage and how close you two got, emotionally speaking, and it's still very tentative. But the fact that they're like, we're going to get through it, no problem. I would really like them to dial down this bravado, this there is no problems attitude, because that is an attitude. And while it can feel complimentary, like we're riling up the troops with a positive will, it doesn't actually address the issue. It's like, everything's going to be okay because I said so. See, honey, you don't have to worry about nothing. Again, you're not a troop. You're not a subordinate. Okay, you're a real person in here. And you are legitimately afraid of emotional loss with your person. Two of Cups. I mean, I'm looking at them and I don't feel like they're a shoulder I can lean on. That's the kind of energy you want to go to when you need a pep talk real bad. You know? I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated for you because I can feel how you're twisted up about, is the love still here? Because I don't feel so reassured. Because yours is much softer and respectful and gentler. But you've put real world attributes into this as well. I don't think you want them to be tough. In fact, it's the opposite. You want more expression of love from this person. I don't need you to reassure me all is well and we're going to make it because we said so. I want to know all is well because you're telling me that all is well because you mean it and you love me. Not because you're putting on a brave face and a strong will. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I wish they would soften the hell up. That's respectable at work. or when you're trying to say, just fire people up, but it's not necessarily the most inspiring for nurturing a marriage or relationship. I mean, Nine of Swords, 5, and that could be this person's way of handling it, you know? They're too boss, they're too attitude to show that they're upset or afraid or worried, so they'd rather suppress it with strength of will. It's just that usually reinforces the issue that was already there and why it got that far to begin with. Okay. I see that you're up for discussing healing, 5 of Cups, but so far I see you mostly doing it on your own, and I don't like that. It takes 2. Okay. I'm feeling a little protective of you today. And don't get me wrong, even though this is coming across as masculine, you could be the masculine over here. And this person's like, hey, if I just refuse to recognize problems and insist all is well, it's going to be. Anybody can have that attitude. There's a feminine version of that too, I promise you. You know, I don't see the fears and the stressors being alleviated. It doesn't make me feel reassured, and it doesn't make you feel reassured. So if I could advise this person to soften the hell up, stop trying to control this, that everything's going to be okay, and be vulnerable, talk about the fears, talk about why it feels like the love is separating, and have a real conversation about feelings and not just how much we can suppress them. You know, you're not a business partner. Like I said, you're not a subordinate. You're not a soldier. You're a real human being. I'm frustrated. I want to tell you, because you're doing your part to heal your side of things as you best understand them, but this is going to take 2, and I don't like that. That's not a partner to me. That's a commanding officer, maybe. That's not a partner. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. Because this is not just a you subject, honey. This is a we subject. All right? Let's get some advice, please. Six of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. That's what you're talking about, and it's really straightforward. It really is. Six of Cups. Now, even if you don't believe in soul wands, cool. I understand. Not everybody's into that. But we can recognize time served, and that's all the Six of Cups is. We've known each other a long time. Can we drop the shit? We've been on this for a long time, and it feels like we've hit a plateau where one or both of us just aren't available. What's going on with us? Stop telling me nothing's wrong with us. I don't believe you, and I know it's not true. Do you honestly believe that's true? Because I don't. Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, yeah. The good feeling has been stretched out over a long period of time, and to the point where someone's just not available or open. And it's the person who's most insistent that there's nothing to fix, or we just don't need to hang out here and be sad all the time. Let's just keep moving forward. The bootstrap thing. We need to get this out on the table. And you thinking you just need to heal this stuff yourself is out of order. No, absolutely not. As a partner, hold them accountable. You say it's a relationship, it might be a marriage, hold them accountable. Make them listen to you. Okay? Your concerns are real and valid, and I don't want you feeling that all day, every day. That's just, if they're at all a partner, they should be listening to this, not acting like everything's fine, because it's not. Okay? And don't think it's just me. No, it's not just you, honey. No. This I'm too cool for school to acknowledge problems between us is just making the divide that much more divided. Anything else in here, please? You're doing your side, baby. That's why it hurts my heart to look at that. Ace of Wands, Nine of Wands, the Knight of Cups. God dang, what is it with the machismo? What is it with the everything's fine? I don't, feelings, what is that? No. Hold them accountable. Hold yourself accountable, which you're already doing, but express it to them. I feel like between us, I'm the only one who is legitimately concerned about our emotional connectivity. Hold them accountable. Do you hear the language? Stop trying to act like everything's okay. That's not being held accountable. That's just being strong-willed and a hard ass. What's that flashy energy? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't like it. It makes me feel weird. I don't like being vulnerable. I don't want to express my feelings. Yeah, I bet it's easy to express one's feelings when one's happy. But what happens when we stop being happy? And we're kind of sick of each other. And it's time we started talking about it. Because I got one person here stressing about it when it involves two. Literally two. Okay? That's no good. That's no good. And call them out on it. That's what I mean by holding them responsible. Call them out every time we try to have a real talk. You turn it into something flashy like a show, like it's a pride of energy, how you can overcome it. But it's not about real feeling. Again, that's what you call deflection. It's about a positivity issue. Positivity issue. You're too negative. No, sometimes you have to talk about the negative stuff to get back to the positive stuff. That's how this works. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, somebody really don't like it. Presses their buttons. It reminds them that the world is not all well and perfect, that they got to deal with shit, i.e. you. No. Good God, why is someone so afraid of that? It makes them mad, too. It makes somebody mad to talk about uncomfortable emotions. That's what it is. That's what it is to be vulnerable. It's not just about being romantic. It's about saying, I am upset, concerned, or afraid. Somebody don't want to hear that. Make them hear it. It's just not you putting the best of your years in here, hoping that you'll feel better in a while or so. No. Someone avoids the negative emotions. It's not convenient. This interferes with my schedule. I don't know. Self-worth and expectations. Hold them accountable because you're worth it. We don't reject that push and pull energy. Hold yourself accountable. That means self-worth. Okay? Having expectations for yourself and then also, therefore, to your partner. Have expectations for your partner. That's why you're there. You're a partner. Okay? Reject the push and pull bullshit. Don't tell me all is well and then shut down when it's time to start talking about feelings. That's a contradiction. Yes. Hold them accountable. Hold yourself accountable. You're damn right. All right. Anything else in here, please? And third eye clarity. Okay. You know more about this than you think you do. I did not expect to leave. What does that mean? I lost myself for a little while. Did somebody temporarily get space? I did not expect to leave. I lost myself. Perhaps there was an unexpected need for leave or dismissal, and it feels like when the person came back, they had changed, or that the distance drove you to, like, that sense of I need some time away, or I have to go take care of this. And it was like, oh, okay. And it actually ended up making things worse. I lost myself for a little while. We have the letter T. K. We have the heart with the paw print in it. I love my dog, yes. We have the zombie in reverse. I can see where you want to come out of that sense of stagnation and that sense of nothingness and no feeling. And then here we have the medallion of Scorpio, but it's in the reverse, the key word here being passionate. You might be very passionate. They might be very passionate. I don't care. Real respect's real. It's time to have a real talk. And then for some of you, it's simply a reflection of now while we're in Scorpio season. Yeah. Okay. All right, Cancer honey, I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well.